what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Hi, everybody. Hey. Hi, everybody. I'm back. Oh my God. Thank you for all of the birthday wishes, all of the Cash App money, girl. Thank you. I appreciate you. Okay, hold up, y'all. Before we get into it, I'm letting y'all know right now, okay? Because it was an issue in the last live that I did like a week ago. I'm about to check because I want to see what this shit sound like. So give me a second, okay? But just know I am well aware that we still having audio issues, and I think I just need to replace something or something need to go, child. But I'm just getting back to work. So fuck with me, please. Okay, give me 1 second. Because it was
It's your girl Bondy.
okay, hold up, y'all. Before we get into it, I'm letting y'all know right now, okay? Because it was an issue in the last live that I did like a week ago. I'm about to check because I want to see what this shit sound like. So give me a second, okay? But just know I am well aware that we still having audio issues, and I think I just need to replace something or something need to go, child. But I'm just getting back to work. So fuck with me, please, okay? No, right now, okay? Because it was. Give me a second. Okay. I heard that little, when I. Hold up, let me see y'all. Hold up. Live that I did like a so fuck with me, please, okay? No, back to work. Second, okay? Because it was. Give me a second. Okay. I heard that little so fuck with me, please, okay? Back to work. Second, okay? Because it was. Give me a second. Yeah. Okay. I heard that little so fuck with me, please, okay? Yeah, I don't, girl. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. At one point it sounded fine, but I could hear them little, you know what I'm saying, them little things and shit like that. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But I think my voice sounds good. We might have moments where I sound weird, you guys. I'm gonna try to like be cognizant of when I hear it here. Um, it's the playback. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we're just gonna fuck with it, okay? Yeah, when I talk, it sounds fine to me too. Okay. So let's try a video right quick and we'll see how that's going. And if not, then I will just disconnect all of this shit. And y'all, I'll just have to project myself. I'll go get regular old headphones or some shit like that and put it in. Yeah. Yeah, it is given I might need to replace my USB cord is what it's given. Um, Now you might need crystals to help control your frequency. Girl, no, it's the wire. Besides, I'm always wearing one. Okay. Hold up. Let's see. Ain't I? I am happy to be back. And there's so many things that I want to talk to y'all about. Um, just don't play audio. Nah, we gonna see. We gonna see. Cause I can't get through a whole show without playing any audio. If that's the case, I might as well just get off of here and, talk to y'all later if I can't play anything. So let's see. It's gonna give a the think. So
Imagine. I just wasn't gonna come online. I look a mess. But I just wanted to come on and confirm that this is really me. The phone says Thursday, May 28th. It's 11:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Post Meridian. And so yes, it is me. Two, I don't want anyone to, don't delete anything. Don't take anything down. There is so much respect I will have for people who said fuck me and meant it, or wish the worst for me and meant it. Or you just were a hungry, thirsty ass person who wanted some clicks and views. Get your life. hope you paid your rent. I hope you'll be able to pay your rent on the morrow. I hope you bought your children some shoes or something. Hope you didn't get that money to that nigga to flip it. He done flipped you enough. And there are no hard feelings. For there to be feelings, you have to matter. I don't consider any of those folks my enemies, because I think an enemy must sit in an equitable space in the world for it to be. Adversaries have to be able to see eye to eye. I need to get my LASIK updated. So when someone is so far below, so deep down, I can't see it. So we can't be enemies or adversaries. Let me turn just in case my sister walk out the bathroom with her coochie out. You know the girls get their vaginas and the girls...
Can y'all hear me right now? How was that playing? I'm going to explain, but I want to play the video, like, so I could test. Nobody gonna tell me how I played? All right. Well, I'll check for myself in a minute. But I'll let Dominique Morgan continue.
Walk around naked. I have spent 30 days and 30 nights around a whole bunch of yamps. When I tell you that by Saturday evening, bitch, I will be stretched like the Play-Doh factory. Yeah. And, but yeah, don't take nothing down. Stand by it. I'll respect that. The backpedaling, the gaslighting of what you didn't think. You both thought that I was going to smithereens like my good sis Elphaba, huh? But nay. I was down there below, pulled up. I ain't got no scarecrow or nothing, but Mr. Fink is like my scarecrow. That's all I got until tomorrow. And I have a manager now, so I got to do what she tell me to do. But conversations will be had, so using your PTO was not in vain. Good night and God bless you.
Okay. So Dominique Morgan is back. Okay. Our girl is out of jail. Hola. I absolutely missed her. I'm glad that she's back. I did want to talk to y'all because you can hear the static sound sometimes. Okay, great. I'm gonna once I get off of here today, I'll figure out what the problem is. It's literally my first time coming up here in a minute. Since the last time I went live, I haven't been up here. So I have to get back into it. I was really trying to give myself an actual vacation, like to actually be off and not be trying to rush back to make content. And we extended our stay when we went out of town, so it was fine. But shout out to Dominique Morgan. I am glad that she's out. I'm glad that she's back on everybody's timeline. I am, anticipating her getting in people's asses directly, some of them, because they were just doing a lot. They were doing a lot. And some people were doing things in a way that made me feel like you're just talking like this because she is not, able to speak up for herself. You know what I mean? Like, because she was in jail and could not speak up for herself, y'all were online dragging it. Whereas I feel like some of y'all may not have done that if there was a possibility that she was gonna see what you said and then, repost something with her nails going in on you. I heard they said that the spiritual whistleblower is down there to the courthouse for the DL whisperer looking like a weirdo. That's that lady business. We all have our lot in life. But I did get a chance to finally meet T.S. Madison. Shout out to Maddie. It was so nice to finally meet her. I went to their show this past week. They were down here in New Orleans Wednesday and Thursday, and I went to the Thursday show. And I had a really good time. It was packed in that motherfucker, okay? Like, it was packed. and I got to meet her mom, and I did the little VIP thing so that I can get my picture, which I left before I found out how to get the picture. It was because it was just like so many people in the line, so it's like you take the picture, and Maddie and Craig are like talking to you, and Maddie really wanted was talking to me, and she was like, girl, I'm gonna text you my phone number so we can talk on the phone. I was like, okay, cool. But we hugged, and she was like, she thanked me. She was like, thank you for speaking up. Like, thank you for being a voice. And I'm like, sometimes in those moments, I don't even know what to say, but it's like, thank you for acknowledging it, because, you know, it's never easy to get up here and say the thing that everybody's going to be mad at you about. And the things that they're going to be mad at you about, but it's the right thing. So you speak up anyway. And when it matters to the people that are involved that I spoke up, that matters to me. You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, I love that. I love that for me. Uh to meet them and have like that exchange. Like, it was good hugs, y'all. Like, we hugged at least 2 or 3 times. Like, it was really like tight, good hugs, bitch. Okay. Um, so yeah, I really did appreciate it. It was good energy. I had a great time. Uh so yeah, and now the homegirl Dominique is out, and we just gonna see what's going on from here, because I'm sure it's gonna be so many videos, and she's already trying to hurry up and get back into it. You know what I'm saying? It's been video after video after video after video. Okay, girl has been missed. All right. So yeah, y'all. Um, at the end of the day, when it comes to speaking up, I always feel like I'm going to speak up on behalf of marginalized groups, because I am one of the most marginalized. As a Black queer woman, I am marginalized often, and I empathize with people, and it doesn't make sense to me, the things that happen. Like, it's stupid. And so I'm going to speak up, because that's just my lot in life. Okay. So if I see it and I got something to say about it, then that's what the fuck I'm going to do. Okay. And at the end of the day, it's not about, you know what I mean? Like, it's not about having recognition from these people. Sometimes it's really just about, I got to say how I feel, because what the fuck is going on? That's just my thing. That's what I do. But it was great, and I enjoyed it. I also had a really good time in Texas. Spent time with my cousins and my husband, and that was great. And like, I'm feeling the love for real. And I told my cousin, and like, she got emotional, but I told her, I was like, in the ways that I feel like did not have a close or a friend type bond with either or any of my siblings, for real, even though I wanted that. And I am, I have relationships with them in some ways, varying, because I have 3 siblings, and I'm the youngest by far. But my cousins, specifically my cousins, like, very much showed up as sisters to me, as big sisters to me. I was always with them. They spent a lot of time with me. A lot of my swag or the things that I like come from spending time with them, for them just having me in their car. You know what I'm saying? Going everywhere. So yeah, I had a moment with my cousin where I was just like, you were always, more of a sister to me. And, she got emotional, and I'm like, I felt like it was the first, I think I've said it before, but I think it was like the first time she actually like clicked and understood what I meant when I said it, like what it really meant for me to have her sister in the absence of my siblings, and not even that I blame them, because I feel like, it really be about your narcissistic abusive parents and shit like that create these, I can't be by you, because being by you means being by them or being by him, whatever. So I don't, at this point in my life, I don't feel no type of ways about it. I used to be hurt about it a lot. Now I don't feel no type of ways about it, because other people show up in my life in the ways in which I need, and fit those roles for me. And so I just appreciate the love that I do get from the people that I get it from, instead of feeling like I have been at a loss, but not getting it from the people that I thought I was supposed to get it from. You know what I mean? Um, hey, Ziva. All right, a little bit of my life. It's a little sticky, but I can hear it just fine. I think that's somebody who just came in, because I hope that what I've been saying since I haven't been playing anything is fine. You and Ruth Leah are my girls when it comes to calling a thing a thing. I love Ruth. Oh my God. I love her. She's so pretty. Listen, she one of them people where it's just like, I wish I had figured out something like that, where you're just like talking shit and putting on makeup, but that's never been my thing, right? My thing is just talking shit. A lot of people get you in by the glamour magic. And that was another thing. I was so worried about how I was going to be perceived once I took that hair out because I understood the glamour magic of it all, right? Like, people love big hair, all of that fucking makeup and shit. Like, and I love it. I love to put it on and all of that. But I recognize the difference in how I'm treated based on what my hair looks like, based on what type of clothes I have on. You know what I mean? But yeah. I saw somebody in a comment said, oh, my babies are here. Somebody in a comment said, I thought that you had a wife. Why would you think that? Why would you think that? Why would you think that? I want one. But why would you think that? Like, sometimes I don't, no offense, because anytime I'm like straight up with people when I find them saying things that are, a little off putting to me, I'm being called rude. But I was, like, girl, this nigga been around this entire time. Ain't like I just popped out with the nigga. The nigga been here for 16 years. You know what I mean? Sometimes people say stuff like that. I mean, like, yeah. You ain't never seen me post my nigga? No? Okay. That's interesting. All right. But I always say, like, I would love a wife. They're great. Okay? They're great, girl. Especially like the way men, I mean, I don't want a wife the way men have wives, but you know what I'm saying? Like, men use wives like a utility. You know what I'm saying? Jokingly, the idea of having a wife means having somebody to do shit that you don't want to do, right? That's how you niggas be. That's how y'all talk about women. I got many wives in her head. Her dude's cool with that. Yeah. And they lose their minds about that shit. Child, when I was talking about the K Michelle situation and how, I don't judge people's relationship dynamics, not just because of my own. I've always been this way where I don't judge people's relationship dynamics because I'm a realist. And I have often seen the relationships right in front of my eyes, the relationships around me, not be what everybody pretends that marriages and relationships are. You know what I'm saying? No, just tapping into your page up. Okay. All right. Yeah, no, sometimes people just get here. You know what I mean? But like, if you follow me on Instagram and, all of those things. But yeah, no, freely, yes. Sounds like they was judging you. It does come off that way to me sometimes. But you can't really judge me about my life because it's like, I love my life. My life love me. I don't know what you got going on, but it's weird for you to be somewhere acting like people's relationships don't often look exactly like K Michelle's relationship. And I know, and I'm talking about y'all, people in real life, people that have been married for years and all that, and people do whatever the fuck they want to do. Okay? Laffy isn't, I don't think they meant you. I don't think they meant you. It's okay. I'm trying to decide what I want to get into first because it's been so much shit going on. Y'all throw something out. Throw something out, y'all. You gonna? Oh yeah, okay. Thank you. Fabulous Faces already threw something out there. Yeah, let's get into the black of it all. Oh, okay. So before we get into black, I do want to discuss the K Michelle situation because I feel like it's gonna lead to that. But it's so much going on, y'all. Oh my God, it's so hard. All right, I just was so excited to come up here and talk to y'all now that I had the energy and the time to. Because yesterday I had to go, free myself, girl. Okay. I heard that.
Black, but
okay, before we get into that, Drew was in my DMs. So I'm about to read y'all our DMs because I feel like what she DM'd me made me feel even more so that I have her pegged correctly. Okay? That's how I feel. I don't know how nobody else feel. But this is how Drew came into my comments. Into my DMs. She said, "You're entitled to your opinion, but girl, You are so wrong on your take. I hope I can help steer you back on track. Heart hands. So first of all, why are you starting it like we already was having a conversation? Number one. Number two, you hope you can steer me back in the right direction with the heart hands? Okay. That's to me, that's very patronizing. Drew is very patronizing in most of this, okay? I said, how so? Right? I'm wrong. How so? She said, all of it is completely false, boo. No one was ever plotting on that girl, ever. Everyone was told to have a date for P's dinner, and mine was unable to make his flight in order to attend. So in order to adhere to the +1 rules, I decided to have a date technically via FaceTime. I personally thought it was clever. I didn't think it was clever, Drew. I don't think it's clever whenever you have somebody sitting with a ring light so that they can be a part of a dinner that they can't eat at. Like, that never feels clever. But okay. Also, Drew, can you, like, I don't even want you to explain anything to me. I'm sure you'll see this. It's fine. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even want you to respond to me. I respect how you feel about the situation, and I'm just going to ask that you respect how I feel about the situation. I'm very aware that I'm not in it and I don't know what's going on exactly. I'm very aware of that. However, nothing about your tone gives honest and real. I am trying to, not only am I trying to patronize you, but also I'm being delusional. The Lou in the Lou, okay? Right? Because nobody was plotting on her ever. In my mind, I need for y'all to understand what plot means. Plot means I went and got information on you from other people so that I can have dirt to use against you if and when we get into a fight. All of the girls on these shows, for the most part, go around doing shit like that. It's actually quite the norm. Okay? So anyway, she said, so in order to adhere to the +1 rules, I decided to still have a date technically via FaceTime. I personally thought it was clever. I never knew their history or that they knew each other. So your take is simply false. Mind you, I can't prove it. So you can say that it's completely false. But nobody is really, involved in the conversations between you and Black, but you and Black. So if you say that Black never told you that he had any, relationship whatsoever, like, I feel like you took the phone and showed the phone to K. Michelle as if K. Michelle knew who Black was. That's what it felt like to me. However, I could be wrong on that. Okay, y'all, I was willing to believe that Black wasn't something that started out being about K. Michelle, okay? And that he was there, but to me, Drew is a follower. Once Drew saw that we're gonna make K. Michelle and Shamia the people we're gonna go at, I'm gonna jump in and help. To me, that is my logic behind thinking that Drew had something to do with it. And it's also because of the way Drew interacts with everybody, but specifically K. Michelle. She is very patronizing, condescending, fake nice. This is the shit that she was doing in the DMs with me. It's the same shit that I am seeing in her interactions with people on the show, which is why I felt the way I did. Okay? So what was the plot? New deal, get out of here. Just go on ahead and go. This not going to be the lie for you, baby. Because if you can't hear me when I say what I say, then there's no need to be in the comments asking questions and all of that. Like, we just not, you want to see it a certain way. You're not going to change my mind about it because I'm actually now in contact and talking to these people. So how you feel about it is not going to change my perception of it. This is just not the people for you. There are so many other content creators that are on this wave of K. Michelle is delusional, K. Michelle is crazy. Go find them. This is not going to be that, okay? So let me continue on. I said, okay, but what about Portia? Because in the beginning of her statement, she said no one was plotting on her. And I'm like, so how can you speak for Portia when it was obvious that Portia plotted on you last season when she decided to use that shit about Dennis and make that the storyline in the beef between the two of y'all. In my mind, it's very simple. We're on a reality show. I need something to fight about. So I'm going to find something that's not even that big of a deal, and I'm going to make it something for us to fight about. Okay? The fight last season was Drew was in the studio with her baby daddy, and she didn't tell Portia, even though it seemed as if Drew tried to talk to her several times, but Portia didn't want to answer the phone. In my mind, Portia knows that Drew is texting and calling her to have this conversation about the situation with Dennis, but doesn't want to answer because she wants to be able to use that during the show to be mad at Drew and make Drew the bad guy. It is producing yourself before the show starts and producing yourself outside of the show. That is what I believe a lot of the girls are doing because I've been reviewing reality TV shows for over a decade now. So, let me continue on. I asked her, so what about Portia? Didn't she say you were with Dennis last season? Because to me, Portia not only is, in this situation with this weird shit with K. Michelle and this nigga. And I'm not exactly sure we're going to get to that because I want to listen to the interviews and all of that with y'all. But the main thing that I'm really annoyed with Portia this season is not even the K. Michelle shit. I just don't put anything past you because you're a weird bitch. That's just what it is. I don't put anything past her because she's a weird bitch. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That y'all are upset by the fact that I think that Portia is a weird bitch who cannot be trusted. So if somebody says that Portia did something fucked up, I'm not going to be like, girl, she didn't do that. I'm not going to say that because I've watched Portia lie on people repeatedly throughout the seasons. And it took me a minute to come to terms with the fact that she's not just the lighthearted, bubbly, funny, sexy girl that everybody thinks she is. No, she can be very, very malicious, very, very fucked up. Okay? When I asked her about that, we talking about the situation with you, Drew. So you telling me that Portia wasn't the one that not only was pushing it, but came out and said she saw text messages that proved that you and Dennis was fucking. This is an example of Portia saying that somebody was fucking somebody. And it wasn't true. Just like with Kelly. And it's also a situation to me where you're mad at somebody for not telling you something, even though they tried to tell you. And then we get to this season, everybody's like, K. Michelle is tripping for expecting Portia, who identifiably said out of her mouth, I am your friend. I'm trying to be your friend. I want to be a friend. That is what Portia said to K. Michelle on camera. So when we get to the fact that you was fucking with the dude and you trying to be my friend, but you didn't tell me that you was fucking with the dude, but you talking to him about me. No, we're not arguing about a man. We're arguing about the fact that you said you wanted to be my friend and you didn't tell me that you knew this nigga and you was talking to him about me. I don't care about him or you, bitch, but that's enough to make me feel like I can't trust you. That's weird. Why would you not tell me about that? When people omit shit, it's the same thing as them lying about it. Because and everybody, there's so many women in the comments, that's not her baby daddy. He said it wasn't a relationship. They fucked. It was enough. It was enough. That's why people say y'all keep moving the goalposts, right? Because the nigga comes out and does an interview, and as soon as I saw his beard, you can't trust him. I knew you couldn't trust him before I even saw him. But he comes out and tries to make it seem like him and K. Michelle, I'm not an ex. This makes it seem like y'all didn't have a relationship at all. But then when questioned, you say, oh, no, yeah, we had sex. We dated for like a couple of months, but she didn't know me in and out. So I wouldn't say I was her ex. I've been in situations with people where, no, we're not in a monogamous relationship, but bitch, where the parts were, you something to me. You're something to me. The fuck? This was Drew's response. That was started by Shamia. If you recall last season, come on now. You got to pay attention, boo, with a peach sign at the end. Now, what she's referring to is the fact that Shamia was the one that hooked up the meeting and, all of this other shit. Listen, Shamia is one thing. We can deal with the fact that Shamia acts like a weirdo bitch. We can deal with that. However, you saying that the situation with Dennis was all Shamia's fault, and so Portia had no responsibility in saying she saw text messages that said that you was fucking that man for beats? And this is where I can't trust anything you say. I knew I couldn't trust anything Drew said because I see the way she moves on the show. I have good discernment. When she came into my DMs, what she just expressed to me was that Shamia is the only problem in the scenario from last season. We watched it and we know that that's not what happened because at the reunion show, you hoes had to hug and make up. Exactly. Taking the blame off of Portia, which to me is the same thing that you're doing right now with K. Michelle, which is another reason why I can't trust nothing that you're telling me. I said, so Portia saying that she saw texts that insinuated y'all were fucking is Shamia's fault? I get that she asked about it. She doesn't like you. That's clear. However, Portia absolutely pushed that shit forward. This is what Drew said. No, honey. Shamia planted the narrative, and Dennis the Menace showed her an alleged text that stated he would never mess with me. Go back and watch the episode with Ralph at dinner if I'm being messy. I will stand on it and own it. But I'm aware of the events because it's absolutely the truth. I usually don't care to do it, but I saw your post and want you to genuinely be informed. And I said, well, thanks for informing me. So, as I said, I will accept because Drew know better than me. So I will accept that Black was not a part of a plot to try to slut K. Michelle out on the show. Okay, that's fine. But y'all being followers and eating out of Portia's ass right now and protecting her, that is very real. That is very real. And it's real because you're doing it in my DMs. We watched last season. If Portia was not at fault for any of that shit, why did you and Portia have to hug and make up at the end of the season? We were pissed off with Portia on behalf of you, Drew, because she slutted you out on this fucking show. Because she never wants to deal with the fact that everybody feels like she's a slut from that situation with Fallon and Simon. So because she doesn't want to deal with that, the thing to do, the narcissistic thing to do, would be to project that same slut shit on other women, which is what she does. She did it to you, and she's doing it to Kelly. So let's go ahead and get into Black, who I told y'all upon seeing him, because sometimes that's all it takes for me. I don't know about you, but all I gotta do is look at a nigga sometimes and be like, yeah, you can't trust that nigga. Girl, you can't trust that nigga. Let's listen to the Shade Room story about Drew's friend.
Trail.
He's somebody I trusted.
You've seen him on The Housewives, Black Tatted. They say he's a $1 million entrepreneur, famous for these viral hookah pens.
Not to sound cocky, but now the little man's the big man.
The situation was spiraling, getting worse and worse.
Now he's taken a hit of his own, accused of defrauding people, even celebrities, out of thousands of dollars. It's clearly affected your life.
He's somebody I trusted. And I feel like I failed my kids. I feel like I failed myself. Because I trusted somebody that I truly loved and thought was my brother, and I thought I was doing the right thing. And he told me.
And see, I have really good discernment. I'm going to just thank God for that. I'm going to just thank God for the fact that I have really great discernment because, yeah, I could see these people. We'll get more into it, but
Call him Black on the internet, but his real name is Cardell Bradley. He's the CEO of the popular hookah company Black Smoke. But his game might be up in smoke based on these lawsuits just filed against him. 3 black women, some of whom you may know, say that he used them as prey for money to fund a lavish lifestyle.
He told me that he made millions from it. He even showed me $9 million in his PayPal account at one point. So, you know, I'm looking up to him. He's a very successful person. I want to continue to see him be that way.
So when you allegedly asked her for $69,000 in June 2024.
Me seeing, you know, the $9 million that he showed me before, I felt confident in lending him that money.
Okay, so July comes around, August, September.
But if he has $9 million, why does he need 69,000 from you? Where did the 9 million go? To me, Black seems like the type of man. He is from New Orleans, so allow me. You know that you can use the women around you. New Orleans is full of aggressive pick-me's, girl. They if they can find a man that they can call their brother, if they can find a man that could, you know, that could be that's my best friend, that's my brother, all of that shit, they love to find a man to align themselves with, so it seems as if they have some close bond with a man that's not sexual, right? It also gives them more agency around men if they have a friend that is a man. As somebody that grew up here and very much had this same type of mindset at some point. But what you grow to understand is that men will never, unless they really prove it to you, and I'm talking about really prove it to you, they will never pick you over their homeboys. They will never pick you over their homeboys. And it is because they're being raised and groomed and indoctrinated to hate girls and women. It always goes back to hating girls and women. And so then you use your close bonds with these women, your friendships with these women, you do shit for them, you offer them shit when you got it, right? It's an investment. Think Marlo Hampton. I do nice things for people, show up for them without asking for anything in return, because there will be a day where they will be used to make it seem as if I'm a better person than I actually am. To me, he was always plotting on y'all. He wanted to be y'all friend. He wanted to make it seem as if he was a cool dude and all of that. And y'all would financially invest in him because of how y'all felt about him emotionally. And he would then scam you. Again, yes, spray painting your beard is the first sign that a nigga cannot be trusted. You know why? It's unnecessary. How old are you? You're not, you know what I'm saying? You're not 60. You're 30 something. You're almost 40 something. If you have any grays, this is the time to let them little motherfuckers come through and give you a salt and pepper tea. Maybe people would think you more trustworthy and you could scam more people. You got a little salt and pepper in there. But him looking like a microphone is definitely not helping. I keep telling, I don't know what it is, but every time these niggas go and get their hair and their beard colored and they look like a Velcro, they look like this motherfucking microphone, bitch. You can't trust them. I'ma let Justin finish because he's hilarious, y'all. He's my favorite. He's my favorite thing about the Shade Room is whenever he does an investigation, child.
October, then what happens?
He fed me little crumbs here and there, but I always gave an excuse or a reason why he couldn't do it. And oh, I only have $50, but I'll send you this, like small crumbs, like embarrassing amounts of money.
She is seeking over $1 million in damages because she claims she lost out on business deals because of this dispute. You see Black on your screen. What was your reaction when you first saw him?
I was pissed that he walked on that TV show looking like he had $1 million and a lot of them mine and B. Marie's and Lala Milan's, and he just out here living his best life.
Lala Milan, she wrote us, and in true Lala fashion, she simply said, "Woo child, the ghetto." Black is being sued for fraud, breach of contract, unjust enrichment, amongst a list of other related things. And of course, we'll let you know what comes out of this. For TSR Investigates, I'm Justin Carter.
All right. Okay. So we saw that. That's what's going on there. That's Drew's man. Okay. Or I'm sorry, Drew's friend. Now, before we, jump into his responses and all of that, now you know what? Let's go ahead and get into his responses, and then we'll get into the stuff that just came out about Drew and Ralph and their court thing that happened last night. So Black got on the internet. I'm not even, no, because he did several. Sorry, y'all. He did several parts. We're not going to do all of them. There are other local people who have done a great job breaking that down. I'm not going to do all of that. But what I'm going to say is, to find out that nobody is really to be trusted is kind of, I don't know. Like, I knew that shit. I don't know. Let me be quiet. Anyway, let me let Black talk.
What up, y'all? If you know me, you know this is not me. This is not what I normally do. I don't get on here and say much. I don't address anything, even if it's about myself. I don't clear nothing up. The fact that I don't address nothing, some people taking advantage of that and running with that and like hosting the whole smear campaign. I just been taking.
I don't believe anything, like even his, like the rhythm of the way he's talking. He wants you to feel like he's about to cry. He's being emotionally manipulative. And I believe throughout this entire thing, he's never going to actively address any of the lawsuits. He's not going to address the woman that we just finished watching, because that's not B. Marie. But let's see.
I just been taking it. It's been going on for a long time, man. You know, and I have never addressed it. I have never commented on it. I have never drew a subliminal. I never defended myself. Everybody's constantly telling me that I have to stop not defending myself. But I don't want to make it a habit, because everybody will have an opinion. Everybody.
So I'm a victim. That's what that tells me, right? Everybody tells me that means there are other people that knows things that y'all don't know that tells me I should defend myself. And I'm telling y'all that I'm too virtuous to actually get down in the mud and defend myself. That's what this is meant to insinuate.
Say something. I feel like the people that knows, that really know me, that really love me, that support me, have watched my heart, how genuine I am, how I do for everybody, how I've taken care of everybody for years, how I've supported my community, gave back. I've been the most stand-up guy that I know, you know what I'm saying? My perfect move. I have to say something. I gotta address it once and for all. I'm not gonna make been grieving. I haven't been myself. Like, losing my brother really changed me. It changed me as.
So first of all, you telling us about the shit that you did in the community. Yeah, drug dealers give out turkeys. What's your fucking point? What is your point? Like, that's irrelevant to me, because it doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things. You could be doing all of those things for the community because that supports the image that you want to project. The image that you project is that you, like you said, you show up for everybody. You care about your community. That's why they will give you the money that you need when you come to them asking. He's a long game con artist type nigga. And he knows that ingratiating himself with those specific women was going to be financially fruitful for him. Just being around them. All he needed to do was get his friendships with them cemented. Okay, because I don't know how long they go back. All right. But all y'all got to do is cement the relationship. He finds a product and they help him sell it. They all invest their money. They giving him money. They promoting his product. They, giving us cancer, showcasing. Okay, they giving us cancer so that they can sell all the Black's smoke pens and all of that shit that he got.
Person, it changed my mental. It changed me as a businessman. It affected me mentally. It affected me physically. That I didn't even want to get out the bed anymore. I really say F everything. Nothing matters no more. Nothing could replace the feeling of my brother. Everybody grieve different, but I've been really going through, and I still struggle with it. I'm the face of my brand and my business. I haven't been putting out content in over a year. I haven't been promoting nothing. I just been really trying to find myself.
You have been on Real Housewives of Atlanta. You have definitely been promoting yourself, bro. Cut it out. Cut it out.
Figure things out. So when they put me in a situation, in a predicament financially, especially when other things happened to me, other people did things to me that I still didn't even come to the internet about them. People took from me, stole from me. I took big L's. Imagine being such a private person and somebody that was supposed to be a close friend of you gave you a safe space for you to think it was genuine, but they use it to be strategic and use it as a form of control and manipulation, thinking they was gonna be able to get you on their side.
He's using language that makes me think what you are accusing somebody else of is something that you do as well. Y'all were friends, correct?
Grieving. I haven't been myself. Like, you created
Also, using the death of your brother in order to invoke sympathy, all of this is manipulation. All of it. I'm going to let him continue, though.
this narrative saying that Super let your ex cheat on you with her cousin and you and she didn't say nothing to you. Let the internet run with that narrative for a year and drag this girl when we all know that never happened. That whole scenario was made up. It wasn't a cousin that exists. It wasn't that scandal that exists. You all on Snapchat paint the narrative trying to paint him as the villain. Knowing you.
What the fuck does that have to do with you taking money from Lala Milan and not paying it back? What does that have to do? He is now bringing up this whole, local friend group bullshit that they got going on. And a lot of the local people are all glued into it. I don't know and I don't care. But what I do care about is the scamming that made it to the shade room. Okay. So once we get to the scamming part, then maybe this will all make sense. But that's not what he's doing. Instead, he's painting a target on somebody else's back to distract from what he's being accused of. Thank you, baby. It's dead.
You know what you did. Knowing you know this man is a good person and you trying to paint him out like he's such a bad person and stuff like that. But when you around here as a grown, almost 40-year-old dealing with and having sex behind people's back with a 19-year-old little dude, at Larry establishment, there's pictures in that.
Niggas that talk like this make me feel like they need to read more. Because they don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, read a little more, son. It'll be a little bit more fluid for you. B. Marie, another, businesswoman influencer is who he's talking about. And apparently she had a relationship with a 19-year-old. Yuck. I don't know if that's true or not. Again, I don't know these people.
About him.
From T. Jackson, I just wanted to show my appreciation to you. You treat me like a real king.
You created this narrative saying that Super let your ex cheat on you with her. This gonna be the last time. No matter what is said after this, no matter what is done after this, you won't find me, you won't catch me addressing nothing anymore. But what I want to address first is I want to tell y'all that I see y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all been in my DM saying y'all don't like what's happening. Y'all see what this person doing. Y'all been in the comments defending me, taking up for me, telling this person like seeing who I've been to them, what they're saying now just doesn't fit. It doesn't make sense. Thank y'all for the ones who's smart enough to see straight through the smear campaign, can see straight through the hate, to see straight.
The smear campaign, nigga, who are you for somebody to be smearing? Just getting people their money back.
Personal gain and leverage and the clout chase and see what's really real. And the fact that this person is going about boasting about saying they gonna say what they want to say, they gonna spin in a narrative they want to spin because black ain't gonna respond. That's literally what they said. So you know what? Black gotta respond. You have been on the internet telling people for the longest how good of a friend I. This gonna be the last in this drama. I mean, this person has went as far as calling CPS on another ex-friend, paying another person to make a fake page against Brooke, trying to get this woman children taken, putting false things about this woman family.
Okay, so again, he's talking about B. Marie and how B. Marie was a bad friend to Super. B. Marie was a bad friend to Brooke, Body by Brooke. Is that her? I think so. Yeah. It's you know, local New Orleans people that are like millionaire business people.
Kids, and they track the IP address, find out the woman say this woman is the one who paid her to do it. This is what you do, which is why this person go all over and beyond, try to make themselves seem like they such a nice person, such a good person, because they try to hide who they really are. Even saying as far as you've been running behind me for a year when literally we've been documenting our whole friendship even until when you started doing this months ago. Like when I cut the friendship off, you literally texted me saying that you can't afford to lose me, you don't want to lose me. That was just in November. You literally tried to get back. I am to you. All
He over edited that text, nigga. Show the whole thread.
the things I do for you, all the things I do for you.
This doesn't stem from Super. You know, if you back up a little bit, I don't know if you saw, but the Shade Room posted an investigation that he's being sued by people because he takes money from them and doesn't pay it back. He takes loans from them and doesn't pay it back. Okay. There's a whole, and it's not even just these women. The Shade Room said, you know, it's a bunch of shit going on that is being filed on Black's attempt to deflect from his own wrongdoings is to bring up somebody else's, and that's what he's doing here. Because he hasn't yet to comment on what the Shade Room said.
Kid, I took you on trips, I paid for you bags.
This is from Black, my bougie friend.
What did I just, and then he's sitting up here talking about himself when he says, you know, you doing nice shit for people so that they won't know who you, so you can hide who you truly are. Nigga, that's what you do too. That's what you do too. If she does it, then you do it. Y'all birds of a feather flocking the fuck together. Yes. And see, this is the reason why, me personally, I don't go up for the brands like that. You know what I mean? Like, I do like nice shit. For my birthday, we was down to the Tory Burch store, bitch. Okay. I like nice things, but I don't go up for brands. I don't do that. I don't get all excited. Oh my God. The way people do, the way people get excited about brands, like like Phaedra got Chanel and Louis Vuitton and all of that shit, like put on a mirror in her house. And I'm like, for what? Why are you putting, you probably racist white people's names all over your shit, all over, just unnecessarily, And I think that people that are super duper excited by name brand shit, they normally can get scammed easily because all it takes is for somebody to come to you with enough money to pull you in because you get all excited by a fucking bag with a racist white person's name on it. You know what I'm saying? You get really overly excited about that. I, myself, and I'm just speaking for myself with this, I like showmanship and style. When things are beautiful and well made, that is what I have an appreciation for. But you can go out the country and go into somebody's fucking market and find beautiful, well made shit that don't have a racist white person's name on it. Okay. So my point remains, yes, I'm not saying that it's not okay to like labels, but the way y'all position labels, it makes it easier for somebody to use that to come in and make you think that they really give a fuck about you, or make you think they really your friend because they spending all this money on you, and really they doing that because they eventually gonna get more of a return from you than they're spending. That little fucking how much the Fendi bag cost? No, probably no more than 15 racks. How much money they said he owed a lady? He owed one lady $69,000. Another day, B. Marie allegedly, I don't know. I heard the number of $300,000 or some shit like that. I don't know if that's true, y'all. Don't quote me. But he owe hoes money. And y'all know about niggas that scam. Y'all seen what the white boys do on the dating apps. They take money from one bitch, use that to game the next bitch, get money from her, use her money to game the next bitch. This is what they do. This is what they do. They use the money to game the women and make the women think they got something that they don't, but they really using another woman's money. That's what's happening here. I'ma let him continue on, y'all.
About right.
Oh, he is fancy. Fendi. Ooh.
I know you're a Fendi girl, you know? That definitely offended, girl. You know, you got them new suits coming out, and that, you know,
Oh, son, I got an eggshell fucking suit that go.
It literally came out your own mouth. You've been saying it on the internet.
So my friend Black, right? Black is like the best uncle in the world to Jasir. He always like sending him stuff, and he'll just order something and have it shipped to the house. I come home and it's just there, right?
If you've been following me, been knowing me.
Yes, women are some of your best promotion for the next bitch. That's why, you got to have a level of decorum about yourself. Stop being so overly excited by a nigga. Stop being so overly excited by a nigga showing up with some fucking money in a name brand bag. Ask yourself why. Ask yourself how. But a lot of times y'all don't want to ask no questions. And niggas like this, they just start talking and running their mouth. And then you get the feeling that if you question them too much, they might get upset. You get the feeling that if you question them too much, that might cause a problem. Well, they're giving you something you want right now, so you don't want to cause a problem. So you just take the shit. Like, girl, ain't none of this shit new. Ain't none of this shit new.
Been watching me, then you know.
He got the good time music playing in the background because the point is to make her, make her look like somebody, I guess, that was out here, girl, I don't know, begging for shit or excited because some nigga was coming up with some money.
And I'm very grateful for you. Young man.
That's what I'm saying. Tell your truth. Why you sit there and sit back and paint all these narratives and let everybody that once was cool with you or connected to you take the fall while you try to wipe your hand clean and you play everybody dirty, spin these narratives and everybody just sit in it and keep letting you get away with it. Posting about all this stuff about this man, knowing what you was doing, knowing what you did to him. Why don't you tell the truth about you saying you left this man? No, you didn't leave this man. This man left you. You was begging for this man to come back. And when he didn't come back, you spent the narrative that you were a strong woman that walked away and knew your worth. You literally destroyed all this man, clothes, belongings, shoes, and everything because he refused to come back to you, but you claim you left him.
Women don't just fuck your shit up for leaving. They fuck your shit up because they left you into another bitch house. That's why they fuck your shit up. I'm just saying. And he can use all of this shit about B. Marie all he wants to. Like, you bringing up her story don't deflect from yours, nigga. And it's weird that you so hyper-focused on her life. Like, you done pulled out bullet points so you could tell us about B. Marie life, and you still have yet to tell me that you don't really owe somebody any money.
And I'm very grateful for you.
And on a team to go against and take down somebody that you actually love, care about. But this person was out to get super, recorded super, get from woman to this woman, and this woman recorded it and sent it to her husband, and then mad and cut her husband off when her husband didn't want to divorce her. She's contacted every last one of us, every friend, and painted these narratives, let us hear audios, convinced us that Super is not a good person, she's not our friend, manipulated the whole thing. And a lot of us at the beginning fell for it. I'm guilty of it too, but I realized it was a motive and it was a tactic. It was a smear campaign. And this person was actually trying to help use me to bring my friend down. I started calling things out. Stuff started adding up and not making sense. You letting all of us hear audios of what this person is saying, but you're not showing.
And he uses stuff that he know will get y'all mad at somebody, because whenever somebody records somebody, y'all get mad at the person for recording them, which is always so perplexing to me. Like, one of the first times I remember that happening was when Bambi recorded Scrappy because of what was going on with E-Money and Erica. They were basically trying to make it seem like, she was abusing that girl or she wasn't feeding her or some shit like that. And so Bambi got Scrappy on the line and had him explain the situation and recorded it because they were already lying about her. So she recorded what was going on in private, which was the truth, right? Which was that The police came because the little girl said that Erica hit her, and Scrappy got mad and they called the police. It wasn't really a Bambi thing, but because Bambi was defending the little girl when the little girl was mad at her mama, the easiest thing is to make, blame Bambi once everything is back cool. That's my mama. I got to choose my mama side. So I got to make it seem like Bambi was just the worst stepmother in the world, even though that's not what we saw. That's not what we saw. But either way, girl, that was just one of them times where if somebody records a conversation to prove that somebody is lying, y'all get mad. And I just don't understand why. And we're going to be getting to that K. Michelle shit next. Okay, well, not next, but eventually, y'all. We'll get to it in this live. Let him continue and then we'll move on.
What you say before that, how you made this person respond. You letting us see messages of what this person said, but you're not showing how you antagonized and created this beef team to go against and take down.
I feel like he thought he ate, but if I feel like he thought he ate, but no, I don't think he ate at all. I think that he's being manipulative, and I think the people that are not that smart, that are not that bright, they're gonna fall for that because that's what they want to believe. But I don't know, like, dude, what about what you've done? We're here because of what you've done, sir. And then hold on, let's see.
Who I've been to them, what they
Suit that go.
it literally came happened to me.
Black betrayal.
Okay. So let me see. In a lengthy caption calling her a witch and a snake. And then he made it all about okay, so Claudia. Claudia is the one that was actually in the video with the lips. But he still made it about B. Marie. Like she is the one that's getting all of these women together to come after him. But it seems like you're not paying these women the money that you owe them. It's not just her. It's Lala Milan. You know what I'm saying? Is another one. I feel like a man like this is not to be trusted. I feel like, I'm not even going to go all into it, y'all. But I recognize that some people are just not trustworthy because they weren't raised to be. And that's just what it is. And so back to Drew. Drew SEDURE reportedly scores last-minute win as judge reverses decision to remove her from marital home amid divorce with Ralph Pittman. So neighbors, looks like Drew won't be homeless after all. A Georgia judge reportedly made a last-minute ruling that she can remain in the Georgia mansion she shares with her estranged husband, Ralph Pittman. Drew was previously facing a May 31st deadline to move out as part of their ongoing divorce battles and claimed the decision would have left her without a place to live. Now, according to reports, the judge has reversed the earlier ruling and is allowing both Drew and Ralph to continue living in the marital home for now. I'm going to just say what I said a long time ago. I don't understand why with a salary like you have on Housewives, you can't go and get a condo that has enough bedrooms for you and your kids. You can get a three bedroom condo, child, and have them kids spread out between them. But especially because they go and be with the daddy at that big old house, right? I don't know why you would not just leave him to deal with that on your own and go and start your life over. I am, for one, a person that absolutely believes that Drew first of all, Drew is a PK's kid, right? So you already have the religious standpoint making you kind of like, soft-brained. You're easily manipulated, right? Because you started out, in a religion that tells women that they have to shut up and listen and follow men and, all of that shit. No matter what women do in their lives when it comes to creating successful careers so that they can feed themselves and all of that and following their dreams, they will still find a way to believe in the story, that they were told when it comes to men and religion and relationships and how families are supposed to look. They just believe that bullshit, right? Because they believe that in the capacity that they do, they will still be subject to abuse by the men that they choose. And to me, I feel like Ralph is somebody that has been playing on your ignorances the entire time you've known him. I don't think Ralph ever genuinely cared about Drew. Hell, I don't think Todd ever genuinely cared about Candy. Men are very interesting. I feel like the way men are able to hold on to their hatred of women while simultaneously trying to convince the women in the world that they love and care about their wives. But as soon as Mad Day comes, they do some of the most disrespectful, despicable, fucked up shit they could think to do. It is because they were never a good person in the first fucking place. If you treat people like they don't matter at all when you're angry with them, like that's a you thing. Something's wrong with you. Like, I don't know how else to explain that. You know what I mean? But to me, it's pride. She feels that makes sense. She feels she has as much right to be in that house as he does. I put the sweat equity into this too. I'm not leaving. It's proverbial pissing contest. And it's stupid. And it shows that she doesn't really want to be free. It showed, and to me, we could see that she didn't really want to be free because she went and got in a relationship with another nigga, another scammy, lying, sleazy type man. Like, I don't know why she can't see it on Ralph and on Black, but these men are highly sleazy. And it seems as if you attract very sleazy, grimy personalities, Drew. And then you also give inauthentic. And I think that's the reason why you mesh with the niggas that end up abusing you or taking advantage of you, is because you are weaponizing incompetence. That's what it feels like to me. I want to play dumb. I want the fairy tale. And in order for me to play dumb and get the fairy tale, I have to be like, oh my God. I have to be like, just, oh my God. And you know, like the way Drew was talking to me in them DMs, y'all, it really like, no, she's showing up very accurate on screen. You're an actor. You're pretending. You're out of touch with reality in some respect. And you may not always be lying. No, there are times when you're absolutely telling the truth, Drew. But the way the way you can convince yourself of something in order to protect a narcissistic personality, that right there is your main fucking issue. Because it's a behavior that you do with these men, and it's a behavior that I feel like you're doing with Portia right now. Because to act as if Portia had no responsibility in what happened between the two of you last season, it's just utterly, utterly ridiculous. And I will use your word, Delulu, bitch. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean, Drew? But I am happy that they're not kicking you out of the house. I wish you would want to go and live your own life. Jesus Christ. Let's move on. Let's go to the K Michelle Naj situation, right? Because everybody was saying, and I want us to deal with things piece by piece, right? So let's see. Where do we want to go here?
The post about you posting, her, Portia posting, and then you posted this, and my jaw dropped. No different than you being 2 doors down from me, effing my ex, sitting in my face like you're a girl's girl. Is this real?
Yeah, why? I don't.
No, like meaning, like, because that sounds crazy.
I don't.
Show, like, you know that.
Y'all have seen me. When have I lied on TV? I lied on. Why would I put that on a woman? One thing I don't do is put stuff and bodies and stuff on women. Even when.
Okay, so in this clip right here, because this is a response, y'all. This is a response. Portia said, next time, instead of being scary, being on Twitter, say something since you write down the hall from me. And so this was K Michelle's response. Bitch, you was down the hall from me fucking on one of my ex niggas. Okay. And y'all, to be an ex does not necessarily mean you are in a monogamous relationship. Most of you niggas have an ex because you found out he was not monogamous, bitch. Okay. That doesn't mean that. It means at one point I was fucking him. That's what that means, y'all. Okay. And if you have this standard that, oh, we're right next to each other, we're right here, girl, you should be able to say whatever you got to say, then why can't K Michelle come back and say, bitch, you don't mean that? That's bullshit. Because if you really felt that way, you would have told me about the nigga who you was on the phone with while we was in the rooms next to each other. Do y'all understand? Like, because I feel like people are being like willfully obtuse about this situation. Because whenever K. Michelle responds, we move the goalpost to something else, right? You were doing weird shit, Portia. You were talking to my ex, probably fucking with him sincerely, but also maybe trying to get some information on me from him so you could use it on me on the show. It's actually smart. It's a smart thing to do because the girls are going to fight on a reality show. That's what's going to happen. But the way you go about things, okay, it matters to the people around you. I feel like everybody's upset because K. Michelle is just pointing out that Portia has character flaws that make her not trust her. And I just I don't understand why anybody would be upset about that. It's the truth. We're going to keep moving the goalpost though, right? We share, you were right next to me, girl, having dick that I've had and you didn't say anything. So don't tell me nothing about getting on Twitter and saying what I want to say on Twitter because I'll say it to your face when I'm ready. That was the point of that. Okay?
You know.
And where are things now between you and Portia? Because I saw the response. Really? Has it gotten to that point?
Man.
And why? And the reason I'm saying this because I think the hurt, it's clearly you're hurt, right? And I want people to really understand that. It's not just...
I'm there with that because, honestly.
Sure.
She's a fun girl, like all of that. And... you know, we're dealing with a woman who for years have begun caught lying on people. Every year. And to see, you know what I'm saying? To see certain fans or see things, just ignore the fact. It don't matter who told me. Sure. If God told me. We didn't deal with the fact of what it was. But this been going on for years. This is reality TV. They can say, yo, toughen up this reality TV. I get it, and I play the game, and I understand it. You know?
And where are things now?
That don't mean I ain't gonna have no emotion.
Right.
No emotions while playing it.
Yeah.
You know, and when it comes to her, I feel like, you know, she feels like, you know, it's her show or whatever. I never play with line. I never play the line leader games. You know, like you never gonna have me fall in line. You're never gonna make me fall in line. It's just never going to happen.
Right.
So if I don't play it your way, you gonna play it this way, and just know I'm gonna play it that way. So hopefully, you know, I'm always open, especially in this type of arena and things. You have to
the future, right? Maybe I'm trying to.
Other issues than me to deal with. Like,
sure.
You know, like, but when it comes to her, maybe so. I don't hate her. It's,
right.
You know, that's not that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not that. It's just, and this ain't even just her fight. She wasn't the one to completely come up with that. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that. The person who came up with it, she just forgettable. She get kicked out of her own fight. So it's more entertaining for, I think, the viewers, for me and Portia to fight.
Now, I will want to have a conversation with Kay so she explained to me who she believes came up with the idea, because I believe that it was Phaedra. I don't think that it was Drew. I think it was Phaedra. And I think it's because Phaedra is playing a certain role on the show. I also can see Phaedra being the person that knows everybody. So Phaedra would be the person, who do I know that knows K. Michelle? Oh my God, you know what, Portia? I know a guy who, you know, who, remember she was on the reality show and I think she dated him. I know him. Maybe I'll get you in contact with him. To me, I know it seems far-fetched to some people, but to me, the way Phaedra has connections, it might, like, to me, Phaedra would be basically a human Rolodex, right? And if you cool with Portia, then you give Portia, you know, the people that she need. And that's what was happening, y'all, this entire time. Phaedra has been putting batteries in Portia's back. So it's given, oh, you want dirt on K. Michelle? Let me think about who I know, and then I'll put you in contact with who I know. That is what it's giving. But that's just my opinion.
It's more entertaining than the other one that, you know, but she was a part of it. And once I said something about it, no one wanted hands on it.
I mean, when I saw the the post about you posting her, Portia posting, and then you posted this, and my jaw, the future, right? Maybe dropped. No different than you being 2 doors down from me, effing my ex, sitting in my face like you a girl's girl. Is this real?
Yeah, why? I don't.
No, like meaning like, because that sounds crazy.
I don't.
Michelle, like you know
that's. Y'all have seen me wearing my lies on TV. I lied on. Why would I put that on a woman? One thing I don't do is put stuff and bodies and stuff on women. Even when we came in with you know, the Kelly situation, I was like, all right, I don't know what that woman do with her hot pocket. I don't do certain things. Like some stuff is just not player. I'm just not that.
Like
But no, that you know that ain't false. You can't say you bringing me into a friend group and you around here, you banging on my last known ex and telling him, and he telling me, and you sit here like.
Drop.
You my friend. And I'm supposed to sit up here and be all open to be brought into this friend group, and I'm your friend. I'm trying to be your friend. You have what I don't like to do is go on people, what people's reputation are, because I know I've had a reputation.
Right.
And that's not it, so I try to be fair.
Right.
But you also have to be aware.
Right.
Your actions are not that of a girl's girl. They've never been. And if you started looking at me, telling me how much you love me, and I'm knowing everything.
Now, to be fair, did she know? Were you guys friends at that time, or is it like?
No, it's not about that. I got a whole husband.
Right.
It ain't that. It's the fact that you'll see, because I may be getting a little bit ahead.
Right. We'll see.
It's the fact.
Her being married is irrelevant. This is about her relationship with Portia. This is not about her relationship with Naj or Portia's relationship with Naj. This is about K. Michelle's relationship with Portia. This is about Portia not telling her about it. This happened, this is all recent shit. This is the reality show. This is the storyline, y'all. This is what's happening. Okay?
The fact that you were hiding something that you didn't have to hide.
And that's what I think, Anime Slave. That's what I think. I think that she's attracted to her. And I think she might be attracted or impressed by Phaedra. She is bisexual. When I said it on the Ooh Ladies First panel, them bitches lost their fucking mind, which I don't understand why. Both of these women have expressed having sexual romantic relationships with other women. So I don't understand why it is far-fetched to believe when y'all asking, well, why can't Michelle not going at Portia? Because she likes her. Because she's attracted to her. Because it's not in her best interest. Maybe she don't even really want to beef with Portia, but she also don't want to be falling in line with a bitch that she feels like is not as smart as her. That's a part of it. A part of it is I am a rebellious soul. Hello, name of the first album that K. Michelle ever came out with. K. Michelle is very contrarian and rebellious, and I think she could feel everybody kind of lining up behind Portia and Portia being head bitch in charge and her feeling like, yeah, no, you're not doing that to me. You're not doing that to me.
On purpose, when I would have sang at y'all wedding.
I would have sang at y'all wedding. This means I don't even give a fuck. Why would you keep that from me? That's weird bitch energy. Maybe y'all don't think about it like that. Like you don't look at a person and basically put up the things that they do to what they say. Like if you talking about you a girl's girl, you cool, I love you, K. Michelle, I don't want you to feel away. Like you're acting like you care about a person. And then you don't tell them something like that. And it's because you didn't tell her because you didn't want her to know that you were using him to try to get information on her. That's why Portia didn't tell K. Michelle. Because if she hadn't been using that nigga to get information, I believe she would have said it. She would have said, oh yeah, girl, I used to mess with him. Because she's messed with somebody that everybody didn't mess with. And I'm not even mad about that. I just don't like the way you do your whole shit, Portia. I don't care nothing about you doing whole shit. It's just the way you go about it. You never can stand in your shit for real. And you love to sling it at other women. And it feels like a lie when you throw it at other women. It feels like I don't want you to call me out for what I'm doing. So I'ma just throw it back at you. That's what it feels like to me. Every time she calls somebody else a hoe, it feels like deflection from you seeing me that way.
Like, what do you mean? Like, you my friend. Like, but you sitting up here in my face, talking to me, to my ex, and he telling me.
Oh.
And the whole time we filming, I'm sitting there like this.
So when we get into the conversation, this recording, because that's why I really wanted to take this. K. Michelle did not record the first conversation that she had with that nigga. The first conversation that she had with him, she was not recording him. When it all came out, I think they had another conversation. And that is when she recorded him saying that I was just trying to look out for you. And this is when, you know, y'all start moving goalposts and shit, right? Because first it's, oh, girl, you wasn't really with that man. You wasn't really with that man. Okay, so why did the man feel the need to let you know that he was fucking with Portia? Why? And then everybody was like, well, I don't know who called who first. Who called who first is irrelevant. I don't give a fuck how they got on the phone. When they got on the phone, the man told her, I was just trying to look out for you by telling you that I was fucking with Portia. So when we say y'all keep moving the goalposts, it's because you keep trying to call K. Michelle a liar about something. It comes out that it's true in one way or another, right? The plot comes from you was talking to my ex and you was sitting in my face not telling me. And it's because you was probably trying to get dirt. Okay? Duh. It happens. This man, just based on me looking at him, right? These Nigerian men, they love being seen. They love fucking on the girls from the housewife shows and getting clout from it. They love it. So he posted the text messages with him and Millie Chun. Millie Chun has a relationship with him because she reviewed that Queen's Court show that I just could not give my energy to, y'all. I'm tired of dating shows. It's bullshit. And as we've seen, ain't none of them hoes with none of them niggas. Like I said, it's bullshit, okay? Hey, Nash, it's Millie Chun. Do you have a moment to come on my channel and have a conversation with me? You are a hot topic, sir. Hey, and then he laughed and he said, hey, Nash, is your interview meeting tonight? Millie Chun, yes, it's been postponed, but still coming through. Okay, would you come on my channel? He said, super shocked to be referred to as an ex. LOL. And that's where it started to seem like, okay, so there actually was a man that you were talking to. There is a shared man. K. Michelle was not lying. Y'all was making it seem, oh, K. Michelle is delusional. She lying. Okay, so here comes the man to the front saying that, yeah, I was on a reality show with her. Me and K. Michelle fucked, but she can't call me her ex. Nigga, whatever. You're playing semantics. When the truth of the matter is you was on the phone with both of them. The only person I find actually delusional on this show for real is Drew. That's who's actually delusional, who acts like they don't know what's going on. Portia knows what the fuck is going on. She played dumb. She's been playing dumb, okay? I don't think that K. Michelle is delusional at all. I don't know why y'all think that, but it gives y'all just don't like K. Michelle. And y'all like Portia, and y'all are mad. So we're just going to keep saying the same stupid shit without actually dealing with what's being said and in the conversations that are actually being had. So let's continue. I feel like that, right? Because she's new to the show. Portia has been on the show. That's why she keeps saying it's not her show. Yep, she trying to find her buzz. Did you tell Kay that Portia wanted to go public and Portia said, why do I always end up talking to somebody's ex? Because that's what she said you told her. Again, Delulu. That's not how that went. Why are you calling her Delulu? She ran with the story in her head. So that means she made it all up, right? I said she's creating stories as she goes. Okay, cool.
5 years. You're gonna be mad at me for 5 years, and I didn't even tell everything. I didn't even do that. You don't need to tell nothing. 5 years. You're gonna be mad at me for 5 years. And I didn't even tell everything. I didn't even do that.
20 minutes of pure tape deliciousness. Don't be mad. I haven't even started yet. So this is a clip from the audio she posted.
5 years.
You're gonna be mad at me for 5 years. And I didn't even tell everything. I didn't even do that.
Now, I wish she would have played more, because what the fuck does this mean? Right? You gonna be mad at me? What? You gonna be mad at me because I put it out there that it was you? That was the go-between, that I put it out there, that you actually hit me up and told me that y'all was fucking. That's what it's giving. It's giving K. Michelle wasn't supposed to say that Nash told her that Portia and him were talking on the phone and all of that, but he did. So when she's on the phone with him recording him, it sounds like she's saying, you're gonna be mad at me. I didn't even say everything you told me, but you're gonna be mad because I did say that it was you that was talking to Portia. That's what this sounds like to me, and I wish she would have played more. Okay? Okay, wait, hold up. That was another set of texts. Okay. Stop worrying about what an ex is doing. Or did you date Portia? Well, it definitely overlapped. It definitely overlapped with Kate. I believe she's just reaching. And he said it did not overlap. And she and Portia was never friends prior to Real Housewives of Atlanta. Nobody ever said that they were friends prior. Nobody is actually, wondering if there was overlap. I'm not wondering that. The point is that, because this is not about you, Nash. This is not about them both fucking you. This is not about that. This is about Portia. Sorry. This is about Portia having somebody on the phone giving her information about K. Michelle that was her ex, a nigga she fucked with, and then turning around and saying, no, I care about you. I would never do that. Oh my God.
This week, Portia.
And this was another time. This is the last episode. I haven't reviewed it yet. I'll do a 2-in-1 next week. This moment, when they're having this conversation, everybody that keeps saying that K. Michelle's not talking to Portia. This is the moment right here. This is the moment right here where K. Michelle is having the actual conversation with Portia, right? This is just what is this? The next episode in this charade. Okay? When this comes out, this has only been the last episode and the episode before that, child. I don't know. It's been since they've been on that trip, whatever. Right? So in 2-3 episodes, this shit has actually been taking place. Okay? She tries to have a calm conversation with Portia. Portia gets upset. To me, Portia gets upset when she doesn't have a lie or she doesn't have something that she could come up with to defend herself. So she gets upset, get loud, shut the conversation down so that more can't come out. Because in the moment, K. Michelle is calm and she's actually expressing blow for blow how she feels.
And literally, the last ex that I was seeing publicly, he calls me. And I'm not the woman to say, this is everything he said, this is who.
I do believe that Colored Beard interview doing nigga called her back then to tell her. She might have called him this time to get him on record saying what he had said to her. Because in private, he's playing both sides of the fence. That's what I think. I think Nash was playing both sides of the fence and hoping he would get brought up on this show because he was ready to go and do interviews.
I think you probably know who we're talking about.
What I gotta know all that?
He said I don't understand why I always end up with people's meetings.
What?
That's what he said.
Oh, wow. So what? I wasn't with him at the same time you were with him. I did not date.
No, but that's not the point. To me, that is very much a conversation that y'all would have had. And I think that K. Michelle was saying that to prove that y'all had this conversation because this is what he said you said. Which makes sense, Portia. If you started fucking with this man and then you find out, if you didn't know, okay, right? If you got with him and did not know ahead of time that this was somebody you could use to milk for information, fine, okay. Let's say that that's off the table. What she is saying is that you would have made a joke about, I always end up with somebody's man because I'm on the show with her and I'm talking to you and you was fucking with her. You've also fucked with an ex of Phaedra's, right? Like, you have fucked with other people's exes and people that they've been with. Portia, people have said that about you. So when you say, why I always got to end up with somebody's ex, it seems like something said in jest, like just a joke. You know, like when you find out that the two of them was fucking at some point or was together. Child, why I'm always with somebody's ex? It just sounds like something jokingly to say. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't seem, I don't know why it's being brought up. That's why I feel like this conversation is being cut up real weird right here. But let them finish.
Well, that's what I'm sitting there thinking. I'm like, you're not my man.
Right.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
he's not mine either.
But for him to say, you even said that about our situation, I was like, okay, that's weird. Why not just, give me the heads up?
Look, we're in Atlanta. I'm no longer talking to him. I did not talk.
Why not just give me the heads up? That's the question. The question is, why not just give me the heads up? She goes on a diatribe about how all these niggas is out here, so why would I have to tell you something? Let's listen.
At the same time as you.
What's the harm in
Do you
any of
want me?
that?
The harm is, I don't.
She should have done better pulling Portia to the side instead of accusing her. This is a reality show. Nobody has to pull anybody to the side. Get past that. Nobody's friends on this show. If these women were actually friends and actually cared about each other, then we'd be having a different conversation. This is a reality show. If you have a problem, it needs to be brought up in a group setting, preferably at dinner, so we can all get it out on the fucking table. To me, I feel like y'all want K. Michelle to have some type of respect for Portia that Portia is not showing her, in my opinion.
Don't say my name. Why do I have to be the
you
backstory?
were my friend. So I was.
You were my friend. Because there are so many of y'all trying to make it seem like there was no, that K. Michelle is just crazy for being like, bitch, if we was cool like that, why would you not just tell me you was fucking this dude? That's weird. Because you were trying to get dirt on me. And you don't want that to come out, that you were trying to get dirt on me. Break the fourth wall.
Talking to a friend who is a mutual friend.
You tell I'm your friend, but you did. I'm minding my business this week. You don't tell your friend?
At the time.
And that right there is the point. That's the point. And then when y'all don't want to hear that, it turns into, well, I mean, she doesn't owe you that. It's not about owing anybody anything. That's weird that y'all even say that. It's not about owing anybody anything. It's about the way you move and the character that you display.
Dealing with him. You and I did not know each other.
You just said we was in a
That's
friend.
irrelevant. You know each other now, and you were on the phone with him during the time that y'all were on the show.
But you was close enough talking to him.
Hold on, let's go back.
But you couldn't tell me that you was talking to him.
And see, I don't understand what's confusing. You're talking to this man. He's telling me that y'all talking, but you not telling me that y'all talking. Then I add that to the little comment about the oyster. Then I add that to what you did to Kelly. You're looking like a chaotic, messy little bitch that likes to go around creating issues like a bad little child. That is, I imagine, how K. Michelle views Portia based on what I just said about what she did with Kelly. And that's another thing. It seems as if a lot of y'all don't judge people based on how they treat other people. So when somebody says, I saw the way you treated her, I saw how you made that little joke. I don't even know if that was about me, but it felt like it was about me. It felt like an inside joke, like you hoes had talked about something that y'all could use against me. Okay? That's what it felt like. When the oyster stink and slides it like that and Drew makes a face, that could have been edited together. I'll give it room, y'all. I will give it room. But to me, I could see Kay looking at Portia a certain way and feeling like what you're saying to me is not lining up with how you're showing up. It's a mean girl tactic. It is literally a mean girl tactic, the way you pretend to be somebody's friend to their face and then say little slick shit in the group and everybody else knows what's going on but you. So you got to be wondering, was that bitch talking about me? It's meant to make you feel less empowered in the moment. It's meant to like be kind of like poking and fucking with you without actually doing it. It's passive aggressive. So for me, when K. Michelle says, I saw what you did to Kelly. You made that comment about the oyster that kind of rubbed me wrong, right? I'm sensitive. I ain't like that shit. Whatever. It could have been for me. It could have not been for me. It made me feel away, right? Then I got this nigga hitting me up telling me that y'all two are talking And, you know, you finding out that me and him fuck, but you talking about you my friend and you care and all of that, but you not telling me that you talking to him. And see, this is what I be talking about when I say y'all continue to move the goalposts, and it doesn't matter what we say. It doesn't matter what's actually happening. Y'all are just here to defend Portia. It doesn't matter, right? Kay is married, and we already know. What does that change about this situation? Is it going in and out? What does that change about the situation? What does that change? I don't know. Let's see.
Something. I said, well, Kate, there's something I need you to know. Portia is my friend. This is what it is. I just want to keep you in the know. I was actually looking out for you. I was actually, you know, like, so you don't just go out there looking blind like you don't know what's going on. That was talking something. I said, well, Kate, there's something I need you to know. Portia is my friend. This is what it is. I just want to keep you in the know. I was actually looking out for you.
This right here is the one that I was looking for. This one sounds like everything is plugged in all the way. I said that I have to replace it. Y'all saying my mic went out so y'all can't hear me, or is it just being staticky? Okay. Okay. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me now? Feels like y'all should be able to hear me now. But I guess it was gonna be as good for as long as it was gonna be good, girl. I'll just bring myself closer, and hopefully y'all can hear me through the mic on a laptop, girl. Okay. 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 So let's go back to this clip. Let's play this clip again. Hold up, because y'all can't hear that. Hold up. Okay. So I'm just going to try to project for you guys, because I'm working off of the microphone from the MacBook. So yeah, we'll just do this.
So you don't just go out there looking blind like you don't know what's going on. That was talking something. I said, well, Kate, there's something I need you to know. Portia is my friend. This is what it is. I just want to keep you in the know. I was actually looking out for you. I was actually, you know, like, so you don't just go out there looking blind like you don't know what's going on. That was talking something. I said, well, Kate, there's something I need you to know. Portia is my friend. This is what it is. I just want to keep you in the know. I was actually looking out for you. I was actually, you know, like, so you don't just go out there looking blind like you don't know what's going on. That was talking something. I said, well, Kate, there's something I need you to know.
Okay. So, to me, what that just sounded like was a clip of Nash calling K Michelle, or just being on the phone with K Michelle and saying, I wanted to give you the heads up because I was talking to Portia and I'm friends with Portia. Okay? K Michelle said, my husband is with all the smoke. He witnessed all of it every moment. We be over here laughing. Okay? Because somebody said, keep him coming, baby. I see they now trying to act like, why is she even talking to him if she got a husband? And that just goes to show they'll always choose to move the goalposts when it comes to their faves. And that's what it is, y'all. That's very much what it is. Then y'all started bringing up some shit Lil Kim said. Girl, I don't give a fuck what Lil Kim talking about. Lil Kim is not exactly the most credible source. Period. Where's the video of this nigga? Hold up.
Talking something that's 5 years. Well, Kate, there's something I need you to know. Portia is my friend.
Hold up. Where's the interview of this puss ass nigga?
Did you date K Michelle and Portia at the same time?
No.
Okay. So it's clear that K. Michelle was first because you were on the show.
Right.
And then you met Portia thereafter.
After.
Why didn't he want to be seen with Portia?
Damn, people they just want to reach and reach.
They want to dig to the depths of the soul of hell.
Okay, so we all know that Portia just went through a messy divorce, and the ex-husband is Nigerian, and I'm Nigerian. And like I said, it's a very small community in Atlanta. So add up the rest of the story.
So out of respect.
I know that I'm saying?
Someone says, can he confirm if either women directly requested he come on the show as a love interest? His answer was unclear.
No love interest. Portia said to come because somebody's making her look like a hoe. Like she's snatching somebody else's man or whatever. And I'm like...
So wait, Portia asked you to come on the show? Because
No, she asked if would you even do that if you're asked to? And I declined.
Oh, she gave you like a rhetorical...
Yes. Like, would you even want to...
Nash, would you ever want to give me $1 million if you want to? Kind of.
And we kind of talked about it, back and forth and the whole 9 yards. And I shut it down. Like, no, I'm not coming on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay. That's ladies.
Yes.
I don't want to be part
And so did K. Michelle ask you to be on the show?
So again, they're in the comments. The first comment is, so basically Kay was the one plotting. Now, I don't know how the fuck y'all got that. I don't know how y'all got that from what he just said. He said that Portia was the one that asked him, would he come on the show because somebody is on the show trying to make her look like a hoe. How did y'all, what?
I declined. Okay. Well, so the night we talked for like I said, we spoke for over 2 hours. That night, something like that came up.
Okay.
As my friend or whatever. But I'm like, you married. Why am I coming on the show?
Right.
The comment, K. Michelle needs a therapist. Yo, I'm sorry, but historically, to watch y'all try to make somebody seem like they're fucking crazy right in front of my eyes is always so problematic to me, especially when it's done by other women, because you don't know how often men have used lies and women's calling them crazy, their mental health, as a way to disregard what they say. I really want people to understand, what the fuck is K. Michelle delusional about? This man is saying he was on the phone with the both of them at the same time. Saying that he was talking to Portia. Portia was asking him if he would come on the show. He's saying K. Michelle asked him, but he didn't really say. When he was asked, he kind of hemmed and hawed. And then tried to make it seem like, you have a husband. Why would you want me to come on the show? Like, nigga, to me it gives... You are obviously here to protect Portia in some type of way, but mainly you're here to get attention for yourself.
As what, though? So I didn't make no sense out of it, and I just kind of nah, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Run it again. Run it again.
Did you date K. Michelle and Portia at the same time?
No.
Okay. So it's clear that K. Michelle was first because you were on the show.
Right.
And then you met Portia thereafter. Why didn't he want to be seen with Portia?
Damn, people they just want to reach and reach.
They want to dig to the depths of the soul of hell.
Okay, so we all know that Portia just went through a messy divorce, and the ex-husband is Nigerian, and I'm Nigerian. And like I said, it's a very small community in Atlanta. So add up the rest of the story.
So out of respect.
I know that I'm saying?
Someone says, can he confirm if either women directly requested he come on the show as a love interest? His answer was unclear.
No love interest. Portia said to come because somebody's making her look like a hoe. Like she's snatching somebody else's.
So explain to me. You just said that Portia asked you to come on the show, but not as a love interest, but because somebody was calling her a hoe, which I don't know how you were going to dispute that. But it's just kind of weird to me that you could understand why Portia would want you to come on the show and it wasn't romantic, but you can't understand why K. Michelle would ask you and she's married. You're married. Why would what?
Man or whatever. And I'm like,
so wait, Portia asked you to come on the show because
no, she asked if would you even do that if you're.
She did ask if you would come on the show. Why are you saying no? And then go ahead and say she asked if I would come on the show.
Asked to, and I declined.
Oh, she gave you like a rhetorical.
Yes. Like, would you even want to?
Like Nash, would you ever want to give me $1 million if you want to? Kind of.
And we kind of talked about it, back and forth, and
right.
The whole 9 yards. And I shut it down. Like, no, I'm not coming on Real Housewives of Atlanta.
No, but you'll go on every woman's podcast and YouTube channel you could find though.
Okay.
That's ladies.
Yes.
I don't want to be.
And so did K. Michelle ask you to be on the show?
I declined.
Okay.
Well,
did K. Michelle ask you to go on the show? Well, I declined. That's not answering the question. Did K. Michelle ask you to come on the show? I don't know if she did, but I listened to the shit that people say. He didn't say yes or no. He said, I declined. Did she ask you though?
First, okay, so the night we talked for like I said, we spoke for over 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
That night, yeah, something like that came up.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that came up. He's still not specifically saying that K. Michelle asked him to come on this show. He's still not specifically saying it. He specifically said with Portia that it wasn't romantic and that Portia asked him if it's something he would do and he said no. But when it comes to K. Michelle, did K. Michelle ask you? I declined. There was a conversation, about that. Not directly saying, yeah, she asked me to come on the show. That's very interesting wording, Nash.
As my friend or whatever. But I'm like, you married. Why am I?
As my friend, you're married. Why would I? What do you mean?
Coming on the show,
right.
As what though? So I didn't make no sense out of it. And I just kind of nah, I'm good.
Okay,
I'm gonna leave that there. Let's press on because I believe there was more.
If K. Michelle releases the audio of your guys' conversations, will they hear you saying anything negative about Portia?
Well,
yes or no, nigga. It's giving yes. And that's why I said he was playing both sides of the fence.
Let her bring it on.
K. Michelle.
I also think that he's siding with Portia based on how many people are defending Portia on the internet. I think he's reading the comments and he's seeing that y'all are all against K. Michelle, so he's choosing Portia's side in the way he's speaking.
Michelle just dropped a recorded call on Twitter. Did you know that she was recording?
I didn't know. She was being recorded. So a night before they started.
And then y'all made it about her recording him when it's legal for her to record him. Don't nobody give a fuck.
I wouldn't know.
Would you be okay with being that conversation?
No, without my consent. At
okay,
least you should let somebody know before you start recording them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't.
Listen, I work in social media land. I assume that anybody at any time could be recording me, and I don't give a fuck. And it wasn't something I started doing until I started realizing how people like to rewrite history of conversations you've had. So you have to record them because they like to act like you didn't say what you said in the last conversation. So when I'm on the phone with people I know I can't trust, you absolutely right. I might be recording your fucking ass because you like to lie. If you've lied on me or made it seem like I said something I ain't saying, all that, especially with business shit, business calls, we talking about contracts and other types, I'm recording your fucking ass. I learned that. Thank you.
Think about it, because we don't have no beef. Our friendship is, if you hear us talk, right, you would think it's pure. Like,
listen to him. He's explaining to y'all why his conversations with K. Michelle seem as if they cool. So why would you come out and try to play her out like that?
Because she's like, oh, friend, hey, I'm gonna go on that show. I'm excited about it. The whole 9 yards. So a lot of things was discussed that I would rather not, talk about. And after that, they started filming, and K. Michelle called me again. I remember vividly. I was in Houston.
Was this while they were recording? Or
yes, while they were recording.
So this
they had
be,
started.
So this must be the question where someone said, "Did Nosh tell K. Michelle anything about, or tell Portia or K. Michelle
So,
anything about the
like
plotting?"
I'm pillow talking about. Yeah.
Were you pillow talking with either one of them?
She reached out to me and said, "Hey, I think they plotted." I was like, "What? Plotting? Who's plotting? Like plotting what?" This was last year, while they were filming. I'm like, "No, nobody's plotting nothing. What are you talking about?" Like, and then she said that just don't give them nothing to have over me. I'm like, "Kid, I don't have nothing."
So she came to you, and I feel like y'all had a conversation before she called you and asked you that, but you're omitting that. You're not trustworthy, and I can tell by the way you speak. But she told you, "I feel like they plotting on me," and asked you not to give them any information on her. Sounds like she knew you were talking to Portia some type of way. Or I'm trying to understand. Either that or he's lying. I needed to make sense though.
She reached out to me and said, "Hey, I think they plotted." I was like, "What? Plotting? Who's plotting? Like plotting what?" This was last year.
His acting confused is annoying me. It feels like bullshit.
While they were filming. I'm like, "No, nobody's plotting nothing. What are you talking about?" Like, and then
no, nobody's plotting nothing. What are you talking about? She's on a reality show. You know how reality shows work. Why would you automatically say, "No, nobody's plotting on you"? It sounds like a lie. Because I would be like, who plotting on you? If I'm on the phone with my friend and they call me and say, "I think somebody plotting on," my first thing is not to say, "Ain't nobody plotting on you, girl." My thing would be, "Well, who you think plotting? What you think the plot is?" That would be my first instinct, is to ask you, "Well, what you mean? What you talking about?" Not to automatically tell you that nobody's plotting on you. That would make me feel like you're lying. But whatever.
And she said that just don't give them nothing to have over me. I'm like, "Kid, I don't have nothing."
That sounds like a reasonable request.
So she reached out to me and said something. I said, "Well, Kate."
To me, it is very much given. He may have ran down public things. Gigi just might have given Portia some information about what makes K. Michelle tick. Things that she feels really sensitive about, like her coochie smell. That's what it's giving, y'all. I'm so very, very sorry. It is absolutely giving. Portia could have had conversations with him, and then he would start pillow talking like he said he wasn't doing, but then explain that's what he was doing. Yeah. Sounds like he was telling Portia, "Oh yeah, she really get mad about, if anybody say anything about her coochie smell, because some shit happened some years ago. So she's very sensitive about that." Like, it's giving you on the phone telling Portia shit because you a messy ass nigga that like clout and attention and like to be in the middle of two women. And it definitely seemed like Portia wanted him on the show, as he said.
5 years.
So what if the plan was to bring him on the show in order to like kind of poke at K. Michelle, like, "I'm popping up with your ex. Maybe this will get a response out of K. Michelle." Like, I don't know. Y'all can say a bitch crazy and delusional and all of that, and I just feel like I'm smart.
You're going to be mad at me for 5 years, and I didn't even tell.
In that. That's what it is. It's the BBL. It's not the coochie.
I'm minding my business.
That's a lot of times what it be. And that's sad. And that's upsetting. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, let's move on because I'm not done. Okay? I want to get into 21 Savage and them. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything.
So Portia did not approach me about the show, but K. Michelle did.
What did they say?
So now he's about to contradict himself, because he absolutely said, and we heard him say, that Portia asked him if he would be on the show. Now he's saying that Portia didn't ask and K. Michelle did.
Right before they started.
It gives he has to think about his lie because he's not that smart. His mind is not moving fast enough. So when he's asked the question, automatically he went to tell the truth and then thought and was like, oh, that doesn't sound right based on the narrative I'm trying to push. So let me go back and say something else that contradicts what I already said. He's confusing.
Filming, she reached out to me and said, hey, we're starting to film tomorrow. I'm going to be introduced as Portia's friend and the whole 9 yards. So in my head, I'm thinking, oh, is she trying to wind me to give her some type of information or whatever? But I didn't see anything, as at then, I didn't see any need, to indicate that, okay, I'm friends with Portia or whatever. So we had a conversation over 2 hours that night.
Okay.
It was pretty late at night. Yeah.
Okay. Are you aware if you were being recorded or not?
I wouldn't know.
She didn't record that conversation. The first conversation she didn't record. She recorded the next conversation when she got him on the phone, I believe, after all of this shit happened.
Would you be okay with being that conversation?
No, without my consent. At least you should let somebody know before you start recording them, right? Mm-hmm. So Portia did not approach me about the show, but K. Michelle did.
What did they say?
So a night before they started filming, she reached out to me and said, hey, we're starting to film tomorrow. I'm going to be interested. Think about it, because we don't have no beef. Our friendship is, if you hear us talk, right, you would think it's pure. Mm-hmm. Because she's like, oh, friend, hey, I'm going to go on that show. I'm excited about it, the whole 9 yards. So a lot of things was discussed that I would rather not, talk about. No.
Hold up, y'all. To me, this man is not different from Black. When y'all keep asking friend, how she talking, these niggas ingratiate themselves like they can be a friend to a woman. That's why they're having these conversations like they're friends. Because he is creating the groundwork for her to be a friend because she's a valuable woman to be friends with. Niggas that really be trying to put on like Black, no, you need to go and befriend the rich, the famous, and the most accessible ones are the Black women. Those are the ones you have access to. That's why so many of them Nigerian niggas is going to Atlanta to get you bitches, because they know that's their way in. That's their way to more fame, to more coochie, and to possibly more money, depending on how they work it. That's why Black had to go get a product.
Oh, this blood and nothing. What are you talking about? And then she said that just don't give them nothing to have over me. I'm like, kid, I don't have nothing to give anybody.
And who would you give?
Okay. You actually tried to make that make sense. Thank you for that. Black girl on time. No, he said Portia asked him would he come on the show to clear her name after Kay brought him up to Portia. Kay asked him to come on the show before filming started. Then why, when he was asked, he did not say that directly? He was asked, did Kay ask you to come on the show? And he did not answer directly, which makes me feel like that wasn't necessarily the conversation at all. But if I'm on a reality show and I'm going to be filming, not just my man, but my friends and other people I know will be on the show, and you and I are in conversation with one another, it's a possibility that she could have asked that question. However, the way he just is explaining it in the interview is to make it seem like Portia didn't ask him at all, but then say she did. He's telling the story in such a way that is incoherent that it's hard to believe him. What would be the issue with K. Michelle asking him to come on as a friend? And then, regardless, it still gives. Portia asked him to come on the show because if you come on the show and it's going to make K. Michelle feel a way, because if y'all supposed to be friends and you show up to prove that I'm not a hoe, then you're on my side. So now I have somebody that she friends with coming here to be on my side. Kind of like I took your man type of vibe. And we know how much Portia loves to, I take your man wherever I feel like it. It's not a threat or a bet. It's a damn promise from me to you. Your sex life's through. If you get another lover, I'll take him too. All I have to do is say a rhyme or two. He'll hop and leave you like a kangaroo or make him kneel for me. Even still for me, his mother and father he killed for me. But that's what you get for trying to play smart, not take a hike with that Slate apart. Girl, you don't know if you're coming or going. Look at your face. Your jealousy tendencies growing and showing. Don't get mad. You don't have the right. I throw bolo solo, but ladylike on the mic. Psych is where I win my battles. I handle you like a baby with a rattle. Don't make me prove to you that I can't either give him up or get slammed. I take your man. Listen. Right? Ugh.
Give it to Portia.
Exactly. I don't know. Listen, I was not part of it. I didn't know nothing about it. But that was just her. Like, hey, don't. I'm like, I'm not. That's not my character.
So I wonder if the episode that we saw last week, and you guys help me in the comments, but I wonder the episode that we saw last week, was that someone called her or had a conversation with her? Was that you having a conversation with her? Was that somebody else?
No, I don't think we had a conversation while the camera was rolling.
Okay.
This was her, because I remember she had mentioned that, and I was like, no, I ain't got nothing to give nobody. But listen, since you say somebody's plotting on you, I think I'll let you know, since you guys are friends now,
right?
That, listen, Portia is my friend. No, nobody's plotting nothing. What are you talking about? Like, and then she said that just don't give them nothing to accept that. And that was when I told her that, hey, I'm Portia's friend, because she's your friend now.
Mm-hmm. The interviewer is biased. All of the women that are going to talk to him are biased because all of them think that K. Michelle is the problem. All of them think that K. Michelle is delusional. And all of them interviewed him with the intention to prove that K. Michelle is just lying and making shit up. And to me, I'm like, so when is the lying and making shit up going to happen? Because he's confirming that they talked. He's confirming that Portia knew about Kay, but Kay did not know about Portia at first. He's confirming a lot of the shit that K. Michelle has said, but he's explaining it in such a broken apart way that it seems incongruent. Like, it seems like it's not flowing. And I think it's because he's trying to tell the truth, but he's also trying to cater the truth to the audience. But most of the women that I've seen talk to him are biased because they do believe that K. Michelle is the problem here, which is, I mean, everybody has their right to their opinion, but this is like, I hate the way sometimes it feels like, you know, y'all be so feral about the fucked up person. Y'all be so defensive and protective of the most fucked up person in the situation. And the person that tells the truth, the person that just says the shit out loud, the person that, you know, may sound like it doesn't make sense to you because you don't know everything that's going on. Like, you'll make them out to be this bad guy. You'll say they plotted. You'll say, I want them off the show. I don't want them back. Y'all will be feral about this shit. Portia could actually lie, fuck a nigga husband, say she gonna try to fuck a nigga husband, and y'all will be sitting up here like, oh my God, I don't know why you would ever think Portia would do something like that. It's odd.
And I just left it at that.
Okay.
And I said, please, I do not want this to go on the show.
If you didn't want it on the show, why are you in this interview? Like you was ready. You got bitches DMing you, nigga, you want this attention. Please with the bullshit.
Okay.
I don't say, and she gave me her word, like, okay, don't worry, I'm not doing that. I'm not, I'm not going to say nothing. I said, I just want you to know as my friend. I'm telling you, so you're not completely in the.
He did. He told Kay. He told Kay. That's what he's saying. He's saying when she called and said, I feel like they plotting on me on the show. He then tells her, oh, well, wait, well, let me tell you that me and Portia are seeing each other. And I might have had some conversations with her about you. And I also feel like he wouldn't be honest with K. Michelle and tell her all the shit he told Portia about her anyway.
The dark. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
And it's not as if I'm not telling pillow talking or talking about anybody.
Right.
I just want you to stay in the know since you are already friends now.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
And then.
So when everybody's online with that argument about they're not friends, she don't have to tell her nothing. It seemed like everybody in the fucking situation felt like they was friends and information needed to be disseminated. He felt like you should know. Kay felt like she should know. But Portia is the only person with no responsibility in this at all. Okay, girl. And then y'all think because she's being quiet, that means that she's right. No, she's just letting y'all fight for her. That's all. The same shit she probably was doing with Shamia their entire lives is letting somebody else fight her battles for her so she can just sit there and have her hands clean.
After a while, she called me again. She said, oh, no, you're going to kill me.
Just like why I feel like I'm low-key feeling like whatever me and Drew talked about, that conversation was had with Portia as well. Like, you're on a reality show, bitch. I cover reality shows. Don't make it no deeper than that.
Me. I'm like, what happened, Kay? And she said, oh, I said something. But I didn't see the show, so I didn't know what was said.
Well, you didn't know at that time either.
But she said she didn't mention my name.
Was this recently?
No. While they were filming. I already knew all this was coming out.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I already knew. I said that, and that was when I told her that, hey, I'm Portia's friend, because she's your friend now.
Mm-hmm.
And I just left it at that.
Okay.
And I said, please, I do not want this to go on the show.
Okay.
I don't say, and she gave me her word, like, okay, don't worry, I'm not doing that. I'm not, I'm not going to say nothing. I said,
I think he did say shit about, I think he said shit he knew about K. Michelle, about her personality. I think he said shit to Portia, and I think that's why he didn't want it to come out. That's what I think.
I already knew, because by the time the show airs and all of that, then I was like, okay, well, what did you say? Why would you do that?
Right.
And I was so furiated.
Nigga, you're furious, okay? What you mean, why did she do it? She did it because she was explaining what her issue with Portia was and why she felt like she couldn't trust Portia. Okay? And also because Portia said, you know, why you ain't talk shit to me? Why you ain't say it to me? You could have came to me and said it. You on Twitter saying it, bitch. You could have said something about Nash. You ain't say nothing about Nash. That was the point. Like, that was the point of all of this. And now we got to be sitting up here listening to this nigga because of that. God damn it. And I almost feel like it was Portia that actually said his name.
And that was the last time I talked to her.
Okay.
Since last year.
Okay.
Because I was like, I wasn't expecting you to do that. And she said, well, you know, I didn't mention your name, though. But when I saw the show, you didn't mention my name, but there was a clip. There was a video, right? So I'm like, why did you bring me into this?
Why did you bring yourself into it, puss ass nigga? Who told you to be sitting on the phone cackling and shit with a bitch? You could have told K. Michelle that shit from jump, but you didn't. Because you're a weirdo.
So that's when we spoke on Sunday.
Yes. So that was when I saw the clip, I texted her immediately. I said, Kay, really?
Right. So I was watching this show on Sunday, and Nash had a plethora of people that reached out to him, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And I was just like, hey, Nash, I thought that you weren't going to be a part of this. Like, I thought you asked them not to include you.
Right.
You know, because you weren't a part of the show.
Yeah.
And you...
I think it's bullshit him acting like he didn't want nobody to know he was a part of the show. Bullshit. Cap. All right, we're going to do 2 more stories and then I'm going to get out of here. I missed y'all, so, you know. And so much has been going on, and I do want to get into 21 Savage in them. But first, I wanna go to Young M.A. Because, girl, what the fuck?
Because most...
Listen.
Women I've dated was straight. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You flipped them? I mean, I wouldn't say flip. See, that, a lot of people get that misconstrued. Okay, help me out. Women that I end up dating don't mean they just gay now. Right. No, they still like men. They just they just attracted to me. Okay. And that's it. And after me, they move back on to men. Damn. That's it.
And for some women, that feeds their narcissistic ego. That they're the special one and they're the only ones that this straight woman wants. And usually those relationships are toxic and abusive, just like the ones that women have with men. That's why they go back to men, because being with women who are astute and also narcissistic is just even more traumatizing. I promise.
Hey. You know what I mean? So a lot of people get that misconstrued. Okay. Like, yeah, like, but that's how I know, because the eyes. I gotta see it in your eyes if you're attracted to me.
But it's not a thing where, do you know before you actually say anything?
The eyes.
Yeah. So it's not a situation where
look at you and I look at
they need to be gay or they need to be straight or X, Y, Z.
I don't. I prefer straight.
Why you all, whoa. But you say you weren't going for that. You just said you weren't trying to flip.
No, she doesn't just mean feminine presenting. That's not what she means. She knows what she's saying. She would have just said a femme. Okay? Young M.A. started out as a stud just like everybody else. We're around the same age, bitch. You would have just said a femme. When they say this, okay, so this is what everybody needs to understand. Your sexuality is a performance. And when I say that, a lot of people are going to be upset because they feel like, no. Well, for some people, sexuality is a performance. And people are, I think most people really are bisexual. And I think they perform sexuality based on, you know, what is the most advantageous thing to do. Okay? So when somebody like Young M.A. says, I like straight women, she does it for a very specific weird-ass reason. It's internalized homophobia for sure, okay? Because you don't want to be perceived as that gay. You want to have the same type of bitch that the niggas got, okay? And it's very, very weird. You know what I'm saying? And it's upsetting. It's toxic. It is when, that's why I say just because you're a lesbian or you're a stud or, you know, you're a lesbian black woman, like that does not mean that you have not internalized masculinity and also internalize that church shit to the point that you beat yourself up for being how you are. So you try to find ways to alleviate that by not being too gay because you still feel church guilt. You feel guilt that you're gay that's been, you know, that you haven't really let go of. And this happens with all of us for the most part. All of us, well, not really me. Like, to me, I kind of knew that shit didn't make no sense. So I kind of alleviated, you know, like there was no God guilt for me in it. But I recognized how people respond. But this is like a normal thing for gay people to want to be in relationships with heterosexual people. Okay? I didn't realize I was one of those people, but it's just what, I mean, I'm not doing it under weird, you know, context and all of that. I've always been very straightforward and honest about who I am and all of those things. Okay? With Young M.A., it's a very specific fuck nigga thing that you just want to have the type of woman that men have. And you also want to feel like I'm the only woman she been with. Nanny boo boo. She don't like none of you other bitches, but she like me. And that means I'm niggerish enough. That's why she like me, because I'm a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because a bitch like that like real niggas. So I want to be a real nigga. Right? So being with a woman that only wants to be with men means I must have a level of masculinity, okay, and strap work. Okay, I have penmanship and style that is that of a nigga. And that makes me feel like I am performing my gender identity, the one of which I really want to have, okay, to the best of my capabilities when a straight bitch want me. Okay, that means I'm out niggering everybody. You know what I mean? That is the point. It's very egotistical. You know what I'm saying? It's very bullshitty. And I think it's the same thing when it comes to like EJ Johnson, you know, but also straight is an aesthetic. That's another thing y'all don't understand. Being straight is an aesthetic. So for instance, I have found now that they have more like sapphic, which is, you know, bisexual, lesbian, people who are attracted to women, sapphic. They have more sapphic events. I much more like go to those events. They're always fun. They're always cool as fuck. And there's never a whole bunch of niggas, right? To be heterosexual, to be straight means you are partying, you're chilling, you spending time with, and you are assuming the identity of a straight person. It doesn't mean that when the doors close, you aren't masturbating to lesbian porn. It doesn't mean you don't kitty click with your homegirl when y'all go on a trip. It doesn't mean that you may not get your dick sucked by a nigga through a peephole in the bathroom. It don't mean you and your, you know what I'm saying, you and your mans in them may not be like, you know, attracted to each other and like to violently feel on each other and all of that type of shit. Like, these things happen, y'all. The reality of the situation is that there are a whole bunch of people that tell y'all that they're straight. They perform their lives as a straight person, and when nobody's watching, they're doing gay shit. That is the reason why when a person that is living their lives in a queer manner, and it is obvious to everybody, they say they're with a straight person, that is also what they're talking about. They're talking about who that person hangs with, who that, you know what I'm saying? Because to be in gay spaces is different than being in straight spaces. It really is different. The parties, the lounges, like I'm telling y'all, as somebody that very much gets to kind of drift in between these two identities. And I'm often that, girl, listen. I am often able to drift between these two identities in order to see what is happening in the environments and why people like to be in certain environments with certain people. Women like to be in environments with lesbians and sapphic people and all of that because it's a safer space. Bitches have they do fun shit, right? They play games and all of that. Like, the energy is different than when it's a club event and it's men. Because then it's a whole bunch of drunk niggas in here. And everybody's trying to fuck in the most aggressive way possible. Niggas are obnoxious. Bitches think that you trying to talk to they nigga, which that does happen in these sapphic events, but not as much. Because it is mostly like a community thing, right? So I'm saying that yes, straight is a privilege. To be heterosexual or perceived as heterosexual is a privilege. So people often perform it the best that they can to keep that privilege. So when they go and do gay shit behind the scenes, that's one thing. It's not the same thing as somebody being out, somebody accepting who they are, right? Like, it's not the same thing. It's just not. So I do understand why they say it. Now, in actuality, this is why I say I always speak in what I think is actually happening, the thing that's happening behind the performance. To me, most people, sexuality is a spectrum. And and throughout your life, you might go up and down that spectrum throughout your life. And that's just based on reality, y'all. That's based on what I've seen of people. I have seen people be in relationships with women when they were in high school or college, get into a relationship with a man after college, married a man, divorced a man, get back with a woman, get back, then maybe break up with that woman, then get with a man. I know women that had 2 baby daddies and was married to both of them niggas, got a divorce, then she was with a woman for a decade, broke up with a woman, married another nigga, she been with that nigga ever since. People live their lives at different phases of their lives in different ways, which is why the boxes are so harmful. Because at this point, people should be able to fluidly live their lives without having to explain anything to anybody, because nobody has a right to judge. Because everybody's doing the same shit. You may not think you're doing the same shit, but everybody's doing the same shit. Just trying to enjoy their experience here on Earth. Okay? Let's get back into this.
Nobody.
I'm not flipping them.
You flipping them if they straight. Hold on. If they straight.
Because most women I've dated was straight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You flipped them. They've never been.
And she may not be attracted to lesbian women and all of that, because lesbian women are used to a young MA type nigga. Okay? They're used to that, girl. But I do think a lot of it is about young MA seeing herself as a nigga, and being with a woman that has only been with men or that really only likes men makes her feel like she's falling in line with those men. And I think that's sad. And it means that you need to go to therapy and deal with some shit, but you probably won't, okay? Because, nigga shit.
Being with a
I'm
woman.
a different type of person, though. I'm not like gay rapper-ish type. I'm just me.
And that's your problem. And that's the reason why, even though you've had hit songs, you haven't really popped off like that, because you don't understand your audience. So many of y'all, because y'all, we all pedestalize masculinity, myself included, right? I love some stoicism, child. I love some masculinity. I get it. But once you recognize what's happening, you have to start deconstructing, and you have to unwrap your mind from that shit, because it's causing you to harm yourself. You don't even realize how many boundaries you put on yourself, how often you hurt yourself because of this made up shit that you've been taught about women, about femininity, about men, about masculinity, and all of that shit, right? Okay? Young M.A. has obviously been taught that masculinity is better than femininity. Okay? Let me listen to it again.
Yeah.
Just me that loves women.
Yeah, but happen to be gay.
and doesn't want to be perceived as gay because she wants to be respected by the straight people, and the straight people want you to assimilate somewhat. So if you are gay, extremely so, they want you to be not as gay. They want you to have the same ideals that they do. It's actually kind of weak to me, if I'm being honest, because I feel like you want so badly to have the validation of straight people that may never give it to you because of who you are. You're gay, honey. And so when you want the validation of these people that are never going to give it to you because of who you are innately, right? It means that you're going to try your best to get it from them by trying to separate yourself from who you are. A lot of gay people do this. Black people do this too. Women do this too. Okay, everybody does it in one way or another, but in the gay community, it is quite normal for us to be trying to be not as gay. And it's really sad because your audience is gay, bitch. And if they don't feel respected or, valued by you, then they're not going to buy into your shit the way, it could be. So you basically selling yourself short, not allowing yourself to have the fullness of what you could have because you want to hold on to this image of being closer to heterosexual than homosexual. That's what it seemed like to me.
all that's true. Everything you said is absolute truth.
So I ain't flipping them though. I'm not.
What you doing?
That's me. That's up in here.
They've never been with a woman.
I'm a different type of person though. I'm not.
I tell you one thing. Nobody out niggas a nigga like a woman. Nobody out niggas a nigga like a woman. Do you hear me? Me myself personally, I still feel like I'm one of the realest niggas that a lot of people know. I'm gonna be real with you, bitch. Listen, I'ma stand on it, bitch. That listen, that's who I am. I can't be no other way. My God, on today. All right, so let's go ahead and get into 21 Savage and Latto. I want to say this, y'all. At the end of the day gotta end. And I have been reading this book, y'all, and I posted it. But I've been reading, y'all know I love reading books about history. I love history and all of that. So, I'm laughing at one of y'all comments. So I was reading this book. It's called Who Cooked the Last Supper by Rosalind Miles. Yikes. I was crying yesterday when I was listening to it. Not yesterday, day before yesterday, I was crying. I was going somewhere, child, and it had me in tears because it was talking about the genital mutilation and genital control that has happened throughout history in different parts of the world at different times. The mutilation of young girls' vaginas in order to stop men from having sex with them, but then also opening them up and doing all of this very weird shit and fucked up shit to young girls 6, 7, 8, 9 in preparation for men and all of that. But it's so much in the book, right? But that was one of the parts, and I had to stop listening to it because it had me so upset, child. The shit that the Japanese people used to do to their young girls and women. Oh, Lord. But whenever I read those books, I get reinforced in my resolve, because being out here amongst people that don't understand certain things can make you feel like you're fucking crazy when you're clocking into how everybody is deeply misinformed. They've been taught to hate themselves in such a terrible, terrible manner, especially women. And I was online and I saw, these people there's a debate that they always have about who's having a harder time at it, men or women, who's had a harder, who has a harder time, men or women. And I'm like, it's always been women. And men think that because they're being forced to provide and protect, that their lot in life has been harder because they've had to do physical hard labor, as if they're the only ones, as if historically women have not had to do that same physically hard labor while being pregnant, while also being raped, while having their nether regions cut open and sewn and shaved off with a sharp rock. Sudanese girls having their family members, the women in their family that they love, hold them down and with a fucking rock shave off their labia minora, stretch their lips, and then put pokers through them. I think they say like little wooden stakes. Put it through in order to close the vagina up with a pea-sized amount for her to bleed and pee out of. In Europe, the chastity belt. Y'all seen movies where they make jokes about the chastity belt. They welded the chastity belt to the woman's abdomen. They welded it to her abdomen. And then women would get infections and die. Because you know what happens when you can't take off a chastity belt? It collects all of your urine, feces, and blood. Doctors have written their diaries of having to surgically remove shit from women's bodies. The diaries that have been written about doctors that had to see young girls who had been married at 8 and 9 years old and how their pelvises have been crushed and one of them couldn't walk straight again after she spent her first night with her husband. And how all of this was done over hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years in order to get women to where they are today. And y'all still letting these niggas play in your face. And I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't think that women see themselves. I don't even think men see themselves clearly. But I can't talk to niggas because niggas don't listen. They don't listen to women. Because how they feel about women, they've been cutting their own nose off to spite their face. Your hatred of women is why you don't have the love of women. And that is the thing y'all seem to want the most. But you can't lay your ego down and stop hating women long enough to become the type of person that a woman would want to give her love to. Because it's better to manipulate her and prove to other men that you've bested some bitch. So you can continue on in this long, wretched history of subjugating, traumatizing, and torturing women. But now, in 2026, you convince the bitches that they like it and that they love it. So we got to deal with the Sarah Fontenot's and the Cheyenne Bryants and all of the rest of the weird pick-me-ass women that keep trying to sell you partnership and marriage like it's going to solve all your fucking problems. When your problems are systemic and internal. So, forgive me, because I don't know Latto. And it's not my business, and essentially, the young lady has a beautiful life. Her and her baby gonna be just fine. But because of this long history of how women have been mistreated, treated like objects, like baby-making machines, the way men and boys have been groomed to hate women, to devalue them as a way of proving their own manhood to the world and to other men, is to harm and disregard and disrespect the women who die in childbirth so that you can have lineages of children with your blood left on earth. So excuse me if it somewhat chaps my hide that 21 Savage does not show the same energy towards Latto that Latto shows towards 21 Savage. And to me, based on what Latto has said about her childhood, it tracks. Sounds like you were raised by a pick-me, a white woman pick-me that wanted to be picked by black men and built her and your self-esteem off of the whiteness and purity. And that's another thing I want for women to understand, because, you know, we get into these conversations about body count and purity and all of this bullshit that y'all have been taught that has been, girl, it's such bullshit. You think that if you close your legs to men, and that if you have a low body count, that men are going to respect you. That is not true. That is not true. It's just not true. It doesn't matter how much you try to prove yourself to men by being as pure as possible. It doesn't matter you try to prove to them, oh, I have a low body count, I have self-control, all these men haven't been on me. They're still going to disrespect you, bitch. So do us all a favor and don't spend time trying to make other women feel like shit in order to gain respect from disrespectful motherfuckers. So, Latto revealed she had her baby, right? We see 21 Savage in the video. He's there.
Boys don't know how to say no.
The music sounds good.
Yeah, look in my eyes.
Beautiful girl. Ponytail is ponytailing. But y'all know her album just came out, what, last night? The night before last? Something like that. Right? I gotta listen to it in its entirety because I haven't yet. But let's get to it. Hold up. Right. We got into how he shared the photo. He didn't share a photo of her, but he shared a photo of the baby. And I'm like, how you can post the baby, but you can't post the mama? That's my thought process. Okay? I feel like women having babies for men, there should be, especially if she's the type of woman that you claim is so valuable, there should be a certain level of admiration happening as far as I'm concerned. And it shouldn't just be about the baby. It should also be about her. And I don't think it is about her. So she posted this, right? They all posted. Fans thought there was friction. But 21 Savage's children's mother, Latto and Kiana, the baby mama, just proved otherwise by kicking it together. And the truth of the matter is, I would really love to know who the fuck thought that they had issues and problems. Like, what fans thought that? It's obvious that they all get along. It's obvious. 21 Savage wife Kiana just posted a picture with her, right? 21 Savage alleged wife Kiana at him in Latto's baby shower. 21 Savage current wife Kiana like Latto's post announcing she's pregnant. So yeah, it's been obvious for a long time that whatever the situation is, ain't nobody mad. And to me, that's not the problem. The whole whether he's married and all of that, I just don't like the hypocrisy of how she talks about other women in her music apparently, but then turns around and gets into a dirty situation herself. Somebody else could say, girl, how you gonna get with a married nigga and get pregnant by him? And like, people can say that about you and try to shame you based on your decisions, and they don't know what the fuck going on. Well, the same applies to y'all assuming that about women who are single mothers. You don't know every single mother's situation. So why do you automatically apply shame and guilt to her as if it's her fucking fault that she is a single mother and she's a dumb bitch and all of this, but you're not? I'm just saying, hold up. I'm pushing. I'm getting there because there's been a lot. So it looked like also I saw that she took some shots at Cardi B in a song, but this is sportsmanship, right? This is colleague for colleague, girl. We had a little tiff. I'm gonna talk about it in my song. You know what I'm saying? She said, Spice Bay said, love Cardi down, but she deserved this straight. Latto ain't do shit but ride so hard for her, have her back, give her flowers, etc. And Cardi calling her a pussy behind closed doors. She gotta eat that. I think that was behind that Nicki Minaj situation because people, you know, people felt like they had to choose a side. I think she might have called her a pussy behind that. Y'all correct me in the comments if I'm wrong about that. So bitch said, what? Let's clock it. Really got a Hermes store in my closet talking about buying Big Mama a bag like my nigga ain't already bought it. Like my nigga ain't coming off racks. Big bank over here, big facts. Wish a bitch would get in that booth. I'm calling up Plaque Boy Max. All right. And you know, Cardi said I was ranting and hot at the moment, but I fuck with Latto heavy. I respect everything about her, including her team. That's so sweet. And nope, I'm not too prideful to apologize to somebody I really respect. So this my public apology, and now I'ma privately buy her a bag. Okay? So yeah, everybody, you know, like it's cool. Like throw your shots, girl. It's just music. That's how I see it. This is just it's music situation. Get it off. And then here, Latto's so in love. Why would 21 Savage get on that song and say all that hoe ass shit? Like, why isn't your verse about how much you love her and don't play about her? I really hate this nigga. Latto, I love my man so much. I'll do anything for him. He's so perfect. 21 Savage, I love fucking hoes. I can't love no bitch. Fuck monogamy. I got a different bitch every night. Oh my God, I hate it. I can't hear my shit. Wait a minute. So dildo, that's all I can be. Ain't even charge you. Let you fuck me for free. To keep it funky with you, I feel like you owe me. Girl, we ain't going steady. I thought you know me. We just be cool in it. Yeah, we ain't going steady. Come up on when you wanna play. Girl, you know I'm ready. Fucking around. You know better. Keep my name lit. It ain't like we go together. We just going steady. We ain't fucking around. So y'all know what that mean, right? Y'all know that mean we about to read these motherfucking lyrics. Cause I gotta see what the fuck was said on this this song. I gotta see it, girl. All right. Is it called Hostage? Is that the song, y'all? Is the song called Hostage? Is that the name? Girl, are the lyrics hot? Is the name of the song Hostage? I think he posted her now, though. They did a photo shoot for the song, right? Like, I think maybe, like, this is from those pictures. Hold up. I think this is from those pictures. Like, they did a photo shoot, and it was like, so, of course, the first time that he, the first time he really posted her is a money thing, a song, an opportunity. Okay. I mean, listen, whatever. Like I said, it don't matter, right? It don't matter how these women get treated. It ain't my business, girl, but I do like to acknowledge things because y'all don't be acknowledging shit. I ain't gonna fight you about it, and I'm not even gonna try, like, I'm not even trying to change it, girl, but I do like to come up here and call a thing because y'all be living in fairy tale land, and fuck all of that, okay? Hostage. Let's read the lyrics, shall we? Okay. Drifting on a memory. Ain't no, okay, so drifting on a memory. I'm gonna have to go listen to this. Ain't no place I'd rather be than with you. Yeah. Loving you. Well. Ooh. Day will make a way for night. All right, hold on, I'm sorry. that's my shit. Y'all love the Isley Brothers. Oh my god. And it's the Isley Brothers and the SOS band and the Gap band and the Average White band and LTD. Let me just keep naming people. Okay, all right. If I don't do nothing, I'ma pop it. He put the D in deposit. Just touched down in Houston. Feel like Harden. I came on a rocket. He knew he had to come proper. Bitch like me gon' go in them pockets. He mine. Don't care if he toxic. He mine. I'm holding him hostage. Okay, so this is the glorification of toxic relationships in our community that I think causes a lot of issues in the lives of all of the grown adult people that had to deal with their mamas and their daddies being mad toxic and disrespectful as fuck. So when we don't take things like this seriously, I think it's a tad bit harmful. I think it's a tad bit harmful to glorify or, glamorize toxic relationships amongst the people that don't have the recognition of what is actually toxic and how it's harming them. Like, a lot of people are zombies, girl. They don't even know how shit is hurting them. But she's holding him hostage. So, stack 48 with my day ones. It's a 5. I don't need a 1. I ain't going nowhere. I'ma die in what? Oh, I'ma die in the A. The fuck do I look like? Trey Young? He wanna crack these legs open like I need butter and Cajun. I take superstars, turn them into groupies. Usher Raymond. Yeah, bitch, I'm the rapper, but look like a vixen. No, I got shooters from CLIQUE to Brixton. He pay the bills and pay me attention. Bitches ain't even get more than my niggas ain't getting money like my assistant. Bitches ain't even get more than my niggas ain't getting money like my assistant. Oh my god. What's happening here? Are we girl, what is this? Like, are we saying we not paying our assistants? What's going on? I don't understand. Girl, listen, y'all know I don't live in these people world. It makes sense in their world. I'm confused. I'ma just keep reading. Area 29. Look like I'm pimping. Bitches on bitches on bitches on. Brr. Always a nobody bringing me up. My nigga sleep well cause ain't nobody fuck. Okay. Listen, the nobodies, that bring her up, it's like, yeah, but that's also how you become famous, from the nobodies talking about you. Because if the nobodies don't talk about you, then you're a nobody, bitch. But do your thing, right? Talk your shit. My nigga sleep well cause ain't nobody fuck. I'm sorry, y'all. Was Latto a virgin when she got with 21 Savage? Was Latto a virgin when she got with 21 Savage? I know she was very young when she got into this business, girl. Okay, I'm just listen. You talking about it? You know what I mean? It is definitely, girl. Hip hop is misogynistic. Absolutely. I'm just reading lyrics, girl. That's all I'm here to do. Okay. But she pimping, bitches on bitches on bitches. Always and nobody bringing me up. My nigga sleep well cause ain't nobody fuck. $1 million in cash and more in the tub. I'm showing my ass and dropping my nuts. He liked that fact that I'm already up. I dig in his bag. He digging my guts. Yikes. No, all of my diamonds be princess cut. You reach and be ready to nuck if you buck. Straight up. Okay, listen. If I don't do nothing, I'ma pop it. He put the D in deposit. Just touched down in Houston, feel like Harden. I came on a rocket. He knew he had to come proper. Bitch like me gon' go in them pockets. He mine, don't care if he toxic. He mine, I'm holding him hostage. If I don't do nothing, I'ma pop it. She put the E in exotic. She touched down in your city, jump in that car, and come give me that faucet. Everything I do, player. I'ma cut you off if I hear that you gossip. Okay, so this is his. This is his. This must be his right here. She put the E in exotic. So we're cars. Got it. Got it. We're always an object. Women don't even realize how much they're objectified and how much they're looked at as an object by a nigga, because niggas like to fuck objects. And you think if they like to fuck you, they don't see you as just an object. But they fuck objects all the time. Okay? Niggas made a movie about fucking a pie. Niggas fuck holes in walls. Niggas fuck holes in the ground. Niggas will fuck the tailpipe of a car. All right? The niggas will fuck the vacuum cleaner holes. Okay? Let's all calm down. All right? I'm sorry. This must be his verse, right? She put the E in exotic. She touched down in your city. Jump in that car and come give me that faucet, right? That wet coochie. Got it. Everything I do, I'm cutting you off if I hear that you gossip. You know why men don't want you to gossip? Because they don't want you to talk to other women, and they don't want other women to talk to you, so you can stay stupid and unabreast of what the fuck is going on around you. You have to be dumb in order to be in these relationships, right? So they don't want you getting any information from anybody, right? They want you to just listen to what they tell you, because you're a hoe and they're a pimp. And that's the lingo. That's the goal. That's the rule. Okay? She's mine. Don't care if she's toxic. She mine. I'm holding her hostage. Okay, that's great. I want you to remember that you said that. Also, y'all, 21 Savage was in a cult. Did y'all know that? That 21 Savage and Mark Lamont Hill, I believe, were both a part of or connected to the same cult. There was a guy, what was his name? Something York. But he had like a huge 400-acre, compound that they build pyramids on and shit. It went on for a long time. The people said he was fucking all of the young girls, taking their virginities at the same time as telling them that their virginity was all that made them valuable as their purity, and then taking it from them. Yeah. Love it. Yes, it is Dr. York, is it? Yes. Yes, y'all. I believe that 21 Savage was a part of that cult. And so for me, Latto, what is Latto acting like? What is Latto acting like? Let me continue reading, girl. Okay, so chopstick black like Akon. I love on the hose. No phase on. This Richard, they made it with crayons. Catch up, nigga. You stuck on Dijon. On God. Rich as a bitch. But I be in the hood so much, she calling me Trayvon. Straight up. Did we really need a Trayvon? We needed a Trayvon? Okay. My hood hoe making me grits. I get my fried rice made by a Blasian. Fast food eating bitch. Oh, so now he's talking about all of the other women that he has. Oh, well, this makes sense, right? And she doesn't have a problem with this. This seems like an open relationship. Y'all know, similar to the one that K. Michelle has with her husband. Where's the outrage? Where are the mad hoes at? Confused about why this would be happening. VVS diamonds on my neck, wrist, twinkle, glist. Baby girl, tell me when you squirt, is it straight piss? Bitches call me Curry when I shoot, cause I can't miss. Rich nigga, I like wet pussy, ho. I hate spit. Facts. Try to shit on me with your little tactics, but they ain't hit. Who you talking to? Treat me like a king, baby. Make sure that my balls licked. Try to shit on me with your little tactics, but they ain't hit. Treat me like a king, baby. Make sure that my balls licked. Like that nigga picture. I'ma spin your ass with all sticks. So try to shit on me with your little tactics, but they ain't hit. To me, this sounds like, you know how when a nigga hurts your feelings and you cry, and then he get mad at you because he feels like your tears are just you trying to manipulate him, not you being hurt by whatever the fuck he did or said. That's what that sound like. Treat me like a king, baby. Make sure that my balls licked. Yeah, that sounds degrading. And it sounds degrading because of the way you're talking about the woman. There's no queen in any of this, right? So you're talking to a woman like an underling, like a hoe that's under your balls, and you're telling her you want them licked like you want your tires cleaned or something, right? This is a song with your baby mama. So that's wild, right? That's kind of degrading. And guess what's not degrading? Wanting to lick your man's balls. That's not degrading. It's degrading for him to talk about it like this in a song with you. But you know what? That's just my opinion, but I have a lot of dignity, so excuse me. Like that nigga picture, I'ma spin your ass with all sticks. Oh, so he can be up here fucking Asian bitches that cook fried rice and fast food eating bitches and hood hoes that make him grits. So he can have at least 3-4 variation of bitch, but you can't like a nigga picture. Bitch, that sounds like control, slavery, oppression, imbalance in a relationship, patriarchal norms. Bitch, that's all disgusting to me. Let's continue. He's threatening violence for you doing a tinge of what he doing. I don't like that. I don't think that's okay. I don't think that's copacetic. Okay, if I don't do nothing, I'ma pop it. Okay, and then we go back into, so that was his verse, y'all. That was his verse. His dick is black like Akon. He loves on hoes like Faison. These niggas gotta catch up. They stuck on Dijon, right? I don't know. Maybe mustard? Is that what it is, girl? I don't know. Rich as a bitch. But I be in the hood so much, right? I got money, but I'm still a down-to-earth nigga, because what's most important is that hood niggas know that I love them. Okay, that's what's most important, is that the hood niggas know that I'm faithful to them. I may not be faithful to none of my baby mamas or none of my old ladies, but I'm faithful to this hood shit. And even when I go out there and make all of this bread and become the rich nigga that I am, I'm still coming back to the hood, because the hood is where home is. And I have more respect for the hood and the niggas in it than I do for the woman that will almost die in childbirth to continue on my bloodline. My God, on today, you niggas are amazing. What else? What else? Yeah, all of the hoes that like to cook him food. Yeah, and he got diamonds. And he's good at sex because y'all are squirting. But he's ill-informed because he's asking, is it straight piss, as if he doesn't know that of course there's a little pee in there. Don't act like you care, sir. Don't act like you care. Rich nigga, I like wet pussy hoe. I hate spit. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to in this song? Who are you calling a hoe in this song with your baby mama? Who are you talking to? Are you talking to other hoes in the song with your baby mama? Okay. I mean, you mentioned them. I guess you was talking to all of them hoes you was talking about before you mentioned them. Okay. And then all of y'all better treat him like a king and lick on his balls. And you better not like nobody else, or I'ma beat you up. Yeah, girl. That's abusive, patriarchal, old school ass relationships. There's nothing new there. Squirt is not 100% piss. It's not. It's a small amount, but it's not 100%. It's actually not. Now, what you might find hoes doing on Twitter, yes. But unless, I don't know if you actually squirted, it does have pee in it. It is not pee. They smell totally different. Maybe you haven't had anybody squirt on you. You don't know. Maybe, I don't know, maybe somebody peed on you and you thought it was squirt. But nah. All right. I think that's it. That's all I got. That's all I'm gonna do. I'll come back. We'll see what my day is like tomorrow. But I'll come back tomorrow and do more. Thank y'all for the super chats. Thank you, Kiana. Welcome back, gorgeous. We missed you. I missed you too. Thank you for coming through outside the box. Thank you. You're probably the only person I've seen who got this right, and I love it. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Y'all really be trying to use my, all my little skills and shit when I do this. You know what I'm saying? Miss Tommy, thank you for the super chat. Hey, Bondy, glad you're back. Hope you had the happiest birthday. I did. And thank you again to everybody that, sent money to my Cash App and pinned $1 on me. Y'all the reason why, I was just like, okay, it's okay to take a couple of days off, bitch. It's okay. The people gave you a little off money, okay? Use this, okay? I don't like squirt, but when I did, I almost had a heart attack. It's embarrassing to me. Makes a mess. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed about anything. Like, when it comes to that, to me, it's a good thing. Not that I like doing it all the time. And it is messy, right? But sex is messy. Shit should be, I say all the time, nigga, I'm flooding your socks. It should be messy anyway. Okay? And if it's not messy, you're not doing it right. Thank you, Brandon, for the super chat. Happy birthday. Welcome back. Thank you. It's definitely pee. The composure is the same as urine. I said there's pee in it. It is not 100% just pee. Okay? That's what I'm saying. All right? But do even though so, like, ain't Carisha over there getting pissed on? Like, what is the problem? So when women do it, it's a problem. But when niggas out here pissing on everybody, it's just fine. I'll talk about Meg and Erica Banks and A. Marie. I'll talk about that later, y'all. I gotta go. I've been on here for 3 hours. But come back for the next live. Like, comment, subscribe. Subscribe to BondyBlue Bites, okay? Yeah, y'all, follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Follow me over there, because I might, post some little shorts without getting into the full of everything. But we will be back to talk about those things, okay? It's a normal body function, child. It's okay. It is. It absolutely is okay. But anyway, y'all, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out.